reflect the opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints of PullgetterTV. Viewer discretion is advised.
Radio and KNON 89.3 FM on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. to midnight. And you are watching PullgetterTV. Get your fucking pull.
You wanted the best! You got the best! I'll meet the boys at the PGA house tonight. They got a bottle of Crown. It's going down the range. We'll hit the rail at Campo Verde. We'll take our shots in groups of threes. We'll head back up at the clubhouse. Blow it all up and start all over again. The PGA, there ain't no telling what we'll get into. The drink will flow, blood will spill. Before we fucking through, could be a ball getter. Ball getter. A ball getter. The only way is all the way. Ball getter. Could be a ball getter. A ball getter. The only way. All the way. We got reason to drink and right to sing our song. And if you don't agree, it doesn't make us wrong. We got Jaeger and Crown and lots of smoke and money last night. Now I'm broke and had a good time with the getters. We blowing up for time all the time. With the PGA, there ain't no telling what we'll get into. The drink will flow, blood will spill. Before we're fucking through, could be a ball getter. A ball getter. Yeah, ball getter. The only way is all the way. Ball getter. Could be a ball getter. Yeah, ball getter. The only way, all the way. Bottle of Jaeger. Bottle of Crown. We're still going. Watch it go. Get your pull. Could be a ball getter. A ball getter. Could be a ball getter. The only way is all the way. Ball getter. Could be a ball getter. Yeah, ball getter. The only way, all the
All right. Welcome back to another edition of PullgetterTV, where we showcase musicians, artists, filmmakers, rodeo clowns, you name it, comedians. You got that talent, hit us up and we will showcase it. So hope everyone had a great weekend. Here we are closing it out in style. Tonight we have a special guest, Talmage, and his buddy Mike. Am I saying your name right? You
Yes.
have like...
Talmage, yeah.
Is that your birth name?
Yep.
Talmage, okay.
Yep, Talmage Ft.Worth Crumholt. Yeah.
Talmage, okay, cool, cool. All right, I was wondering. I was like, did he come up with that name, or is that his birth name? You know, because it's a pretty cool name. You know,
Old Baton Rouge name.
a lot better than Corey. You know,
Aaron.
Aaron,
Myron.
Aaron.
Aaron.
And Mike's a common name, so
Yeah,
you
you
got
know.
that going for you, you know.
It's simple, easy to remember.
Yeah, see,
Talmage.
I just never looked like a Corey. I didn't think. You know, whenever I was growing up, you know, I was consider myself the third Corey. You know, Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, and Corey Me. You know, and it was such a cool name back in the '80s, right? You know, Corey Hart. You know, and see, I too wear my sunglasses at night so I could see the visions in my eyes. But these guys, or this guy, is from Born in Blood.
Yes.
And Mike here is just a buddy of his along for the ride.
Yep.
He said, I said, well, what do you do, man? We can promote or anything. He's like, I'll do anything for $20.
Yeah.
So dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
Make a living. I'm a grimy motherfucker.
That's all right. Call Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's just, I don't know, he's a really good friend. He's into like horror, and we actually got, our friendship started with listening to like Korn, Slipknot, and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. How long you guys been friends?
Going on about 10 years now.
Yeah, 10 years.
We met at Buffalo Wild Wings. We used to work at Buffalo Wild Wings together.
Oh, y'all work together. Huh?
Grimy. Kitchen crew.
Yep. They kept us in the back. You know, we was jamming one day. He had his playlist on, and I walked up. I was like, bro, we got like the same exact playlist. And then from there, we just hit it off, man.
Yep.
We've been going to shows together and shit.
Well, right
since.
on. Let's all right. So what's your favorite playlist, and we'll see if he agrees.
Dude.
Like, just raise your hand every time he
Okay.
mentions something, because
Okay.
this gets to your influences
Yeah,
too, I'm
yeah.
sure. So
So it goes back to like, I'm a huge Misfits fan. You know.
Misfits, all right.
You know, Misfits, Ramones, the Clash, it goes all the way up to even like Rammstein, dude.
That gets a double.
Slipknot, Sepultura, yeah, it just goes on.
Right on, a
from
pretty
there, man.
pretty
I can-
diverse from punk rock.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
industrial.
can,
and
I
metal and
can
stuff.
listen to just about anything,
Yeah.
man. You know, it's easy listening, for me.
So, what would a guilty pleasure of yours be that he might not know about? That
Oh,
you
man.
might be
That would be a
surprised he
good
gets
one.
a hand
That would be
raised
a
out
good
of.
one.
You know.
Oh man, I like me some John Denver,
John Denver.
I
right?
get
Old
down
school
on some
country,
John
yeah.
Denver, yep.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there
I
you
haven't
go.
listened that
See?
much, so yeah. I give
Oh
him the
yeah,
benefit of the
get down on
doubt.
some country roads, man.
We're all learning tonight.
What about vice versa then? What about something that you like?
So, Franklin, Mr. Shankly.
I don't
The
know.
Smiths?
I mean, oh yeah, the Smiths. Yeah,
Okay.
I like the Smiths.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, cool.
I guess
Patty
that's
Smith, she's a bad
Yeah.
motherfucker,
Men at Work.
Men at
Cargo,
Work.
the
Oh,
album
yeah.
Cargo.
Oh yeah. Oh jeez.
It's one of my guilty
Minute
pleasures.
work.
Men at
Men
Work.
at
Oh,
Work,
awesome!
I love
Vegemite sandwich.
Overkill.
Vegemite sandwich.
Fuck yeah, man!
Right.
Minute work's cool to groove on.
Oh yeah.
The Smiths now is that that's Morrissey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that old.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
I
what
thought-
about his solo stuff? You like that stuff?
I haven't listened to much of it. I haven't listened to much of his solo stuff, but I mean, yeah.
Okay.
so
Yeah, it
it's
seems
my
like the
favorite,
people
yeah.
that they either love that dude or they hate him. There's
Yeah.
not much in
Yeah.
I
between.
remember my
There's not much in
sister
between
jamming
at
that.
all.
And the one song she always used to play, I would always be like, what the fuck? The chorus was, you're the one for me, fatty.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, my favorite album
knows
is
what he likes.
The Queen is Dead. That's probably my favorite album, like
right.
growing up.
Right on.
So, yeah, I guess that's a guilty pleasure. I don't know.
So good 10-year friendship going on here.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool, man. And you're along for the ride, so welcome to
Oh, yeah.
Pull Getter
I appreciate
TV.
it, man. It's good to be here.
We waived your $60 fee,
It's
you
all
know, because Talmage vouched for you. So
Hell yeah.
It's $20. It's gone a long way.
yeah, that's 3 jobs you had to do. 3
Gets me places, man.
murders. And you guys are both horror fans, you know.
Yes.
We're
Oh,
gonna.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
my box of horror trivia cards here. We're gonna dive into here in a little while.
All right.
See how
Scared.
good you guys get at that stuff.
It's gonna be
gonna-
like
you're gonna-
long pauses. Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
A lot of
What
dead air.
fucking movie is that?
A lot of relearning to do.
It says a horror movie edition of Trivial Pursuit, 100 years of horror. So
100 years.
yeah, I mean, you guys go back that far? I mean, it's,
He's got the Nosferatu tattoo.
there you
Nice.
go, man.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yep.
hopefully.
You ever seen the Typo Negative video?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
awesome. They played all the Typo Negative classics
Yeah, that's
over the
badass,
silent
man.
film.
Yep.
So
I love that shit, man. In fact, that's like my go-to when it comes to like TV and shit. Especially when I'm going to bed, I put on like old films, man. I like the old films. Like anything 80s and before that, all the way down to like, 50s, 60s, even 20s.
You're one of those people like I am, where you benefit from the Walmart sales, where they have the three.
Oh, yeah.
They have the 3 videos.
The bins, and you just like go through
$7 to get 3 videos.
It's always this old school horrible horror, but it's so fun to watch.
thrift stores and stuff like that.
The cornier, the better.
Have you been to Horror Freak?
It's just right around the corner.
I actually haven't been there yet.
I haven't been there either, but they had a pop up at Lola's not too long ago, and it was really cool.
Yeah, we need to get that guy on here sometime because he's not that far. Horror Freak in Bedford, everybody, is a horror store.
Yeah.
So I went in there one time and they got these cool coffin shelves where they keep all their, because I collect VHS.
Yeah.
So I went in there to see if I could score some awesome rare VHS, but a lot of it was common stuff. So, and we sell, me and Pam, we sell horror stuff too. We have a website, spookytreasures.com. And, so he was selling a lot of the same stuff. So I really didn't spend much money there that first go around. But since they moved, I need to go back over. There's also a retro, a retro shopping center.
Yeah.
So there's an arcade in there. And then there's like Vintage Freak there.
Yeah.
You can go in there and get you some awesome vinyl.
I gotta get out more. I didn't fucking know about that.
Dude, we need to get all them guys on here because for as awesome as that place is, it really isn't blowing up like it should be.
Yeah,
It should be.
Get the word out, man. That's cool.
Speaking of that kind of thing, you and I, when we did the Texas Frightmare Fest, we had an interview with the guys over at the zombie store. What's it called?
Zombie Gear?
Yeah, Zombie Gear. Thank you. Which is, look at you.
I remember.
Which is right over there off of Roof Snow, and same kind of thing. It's a bunch of horror stuff. It's a bunch of masks and spikes, and where you go to get your old school
That's cool.
collars and leather gear and stuff.
awesome.
And,
See, I didn't know that was
right, and it's right there off of Roof Snow and Richland Hills, and they're not blown up like they should be. Same situation.
We got to get some guys on here, man.
Jeb, our buddy Jeb that did our...
He cut this booth in half,
from your DFWhandyman.com is doing coffins for guitar cases and ukulele cases and stuff now, and they're handmade. He also works, he does the Plug, which is speaker boxes and stuff. He builds custom for your car.
Oh, like coffin speaker boxes?
Yeah, and he can do coffin speaker boxes. He can do regular
awesome.
speaker boxes. He can do anything you want. So that's what.
And does he have a website or Facebook?
YourDFWhandyman.com or
YourDFWhandyman.com.
Yeah, or he's Jeb on Jeb Russell.
Jeb Russell on Facebook. This is a dude that Aaron introduced me to, and I call that dude anytime I have a problem that either I can't figure out or I don't want to fuck with it. I call Jeb up. It's like, hey man, I need my lines cleaned out on my kegerator, And he comes over with his tools and swaps my lines out. And I said, hey man, this booth we use for the show is so cramped when we get 4 or 5 people in here. Can you cut that motherfucker in half? Put wheels on it. So that's what he did, man. He cut the thing in half, and now we can wheel it around the room as we want. So
That's super cool.
yeah, I mean, any idea you got, hit up Jeb Russell. Your handyman DFW.
Your DFW handyman.
Your DFW handyman.
Yeah, definitely. Cool.
Good plug there. That was a long time coming. We need to make a commercial for that guy.
Absolutely, man. He deserves it. He's a badass.
Yeah. So tonight we are going to be talking Born in Blood. That's Talmage's band, and he's also doing a punk rock.
Yes.
You're fronting a punk rock band, which I understand is temporary, right?
For right now, yeah. I told him I'm in it until they move on to somebody else. But I mean,
oh, that's cool.
But they said I raised a bar. I did my first show with them on New Year's Eve at Gas Monkey Bar and Grill. Opened up for the Doors.
That's a nice stage to start out on.
Yeah, I had to learn like a 12-song, maybe even more, 12 songs in like 3 days. So
were they covers or all originals?
All originals. Yeah.
Really? So you're singing other people's lyrics and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do they give you a CD to listen to of the old singer?
On Spotify.
Okay.
And he gave me like all the on Bandcamp. They have like all the lyrics. All I did for like those 3 days, nonstop.
And you just kind of mimic the old singer. Okay.
Yeah. But did it more.
In your own way, right?
Yeah.
You had to put a little stank on it.
Yeah.
Pow.
A little metal.
That's right. So yeah, sprinkle some stank on it, you know, some Talmage powder.
Something's been born just now.
Talmage powder. We're just talking about how he's allergic to like baby powder and stuff.
Oh.
That's funny.
Well, that's that's awesome. You get to cover the whole spectrum of your punk rock roots and your metal roots with Born in Blood. Now, as I understand, we'll be watching some videos later on tonight. You guys could see Talmage on stage doing what he does. Man, you guys recently changed the name, right? I noticed. I got a notification like Bad Blood has changed their name too.
See, I knew people got those notifications, but I wasn't sure.
Yes, I got one. So.
Okay.
I got one too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm always keeping an eye out for that stuff.
I was like, oh, they're keeping the blood motif. All right.
Yeah,
So-
like it was like we went through a long list, and like Dave Chavari, the drummer for El Nino and Terry Universal, he was helping us pick out a band name, and because copyrights with Bad Blood.
Tell me about it.
we couldn't.
Oh,
keep
really?
it.
Yeah. There's a. Is there a few?
There's-
other bands out there?
Yeah,
named Bad
there's
Blood?
one signed to like Sony Records and stuff. There's like a dad rock band.
And they're like, quit writing our coattails. It's like,
Yeah.
bitch, I didn't fucking know about you.
Yeah, pretty much, exactly. Like someone pointed it out, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Here we go.
Yeah, but we did a like a little excursion not too long ago with another band called Born and Raised, and we called it Born in Blood.
Oh, okay. With
excursion.
an in.
Yeah, like an in.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny.
Born in Blood.
We never really used it, so I was like, how about we just do like Born in, like actually in blood? That way we can still keep the BB.
Yeah.
And mess with it because we have like uniforms and stuff. So
Okay, I think there's a search engine where you can go to and punch in a band name, and it'll tell you if it's taken or
yeah,
not.
and that
so.
wasn't taken. So it's like
Awesome.
Thank God.
Right on.
So, Born in Blood. And what was the Bad Blood? What brought that on? I mean, first of all, how long you guys been around?
Oof. It was like, I guess we've been around for me, Steven, and Tony. Steven being the drummer, Tony being the guitarist. We've been friends for maybe like almost 10 plus years. Ever since I was befriended him, like me and Steven used to be in an indie band, strangely.
Oh, yeah?
Indie band, yeah. Like straight-
Alternative stuff? Like,
Yeah, I would say
Okay.
alternative. And but we had the same influences, like Slipknot, all this stuff. And so we were like, well, why don't we jam out with Tony one day? And I came in, and yeah, ever since then, like we hit it off, and we worked on our craft, and then we played a couple shows, took a year off, came back on, and that's when we got really serious about it.
oh, cool.
So I would say 10 plus years.
Perfect.
So, let's, are these in order, Pam? All right, so tell me about Idolatry.
Oh, Idolatry.
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 Yeah.
Okay. Parentheses live. .mp4. Tell me about idolatry.
Idolatry.
Idolatry. Idolatry. I'm going down to Dollar Tree.
Yeah. Let's see. Idolatry is more of like, what this album's going to be about. It's about like killing your masters, pretty much. Like.
Oh, yeah. You watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah. Pave your own way. Stuff like that. So it's just, one of the tracks is, the idolatry, and it's about, kind of mimicking your master before you like kill him, or you're trying to sympathize, but you're just mimicking him, like to be on his good side, and then you change and you kill him,
And fucking plunge that dagger in his
pretty
fucking
much.
back. Like,
That's pretty much like everything that we have now has changed thanks to Dave. So like lyrics have been reworked,
oh, okay.
but it's
Yeah.
still gonna be the same meaning and stuff like that. But yeah, we showcase it actually at that show, Idolatry.
Okay,
at,
and
the Gas Monkey show.
you write all the lyrics too for your band, or you
Yes,
guys
for
sit
the
down and
most
have a
part.
powwow?
Yeah, for the most part, I run it through them, and then they help me like place because then I can like write a whole paragraph, and it won't fit in the song, so they like help me compress things into like simpler words.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Now, do you, whenever you, I'm just curious because from my own experience, I had a singer in my band one time, and I was talking about one of the lines was "Whiskey's going to hit me like a ton of fun," and he was adamant about a ton of fun. It needs to be whiskey's going to hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, fuck up.
Just to sound
Get
more
the
brutal.
fuck out of my house.
I mean, I can see I can see like being on stage, like you don't want to be like you're playing heavy metal, and you're like, it'll be a ton of fun, I can see that, but
yeah.
but I mean, it still makes sense.
I understand, but whenever it comes to like suggestions and lyric suggestions, has it ever like turned into an argument, or has
Oh,
someone
yeah.
really been like super?
He said, "Oh yeah, absolutely." Huh?
I mean, yeah,
yeah,
we
all the
definitely
time.
like butt heads. I mean, being in a band, like when you're serious about, you know, having it as like a career or almost like a career, you're gonna bang heads. It's kind of like a marriage, like or a relationship. Like you're gonna be around these guys a lot. Even like whenever we play shows on the road, like we start arguing about lyrics. Like I don't want to say that, or I didn't want this song to be called that. So it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, things like that. So yeah, it definitely happens.
It's a catch-22 because what you want is a group of guys that have a bunch of different influences so that
Yeah.
the music has a big diversity to it.
Yeah,
And at the same
yeah.
time, what that creates
Yeah.
is a bunch of different opinions.
exactly.
And so it kind of
I know,
becomes
it
a
does.
conundrum
Yeah.
of...
But for the most part, like
Situation.
we all like thinking about a foundation, and then we go from there.
Right.
Like, this is
Right.
what we want
Brick
this song
by
to
brick.
be, and then keep going.
What's the
Build
base? What's the
Yeah.
basis of it? What's the backbone of it?
Yeah,
And
because
work
we're also
on it.
really good friends, so we don't want to make anything.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have cause any resentment.
Yeah.
You know, fucking motherfuckers carry that over to 2 or 3 practices later. They're still pissy about that one lyric.
Right.
But I mean, you being the singer, don't you like get to play that singer card? And it's like, you know,
Every
and
once
then when
in
you
a
get
while-
on stage, it's like, oh, fuck it, I'm singing it the way I fucking wrote it.
Every
you
once
know?
in a while, the good thing about this band is like I trust in what they do, and they trust in what I do. Like no one's
Oh,
taking each other
got
for
you. You
granted.
have to have that mutual
Yeah.
trust.
That's
Yeah.
the main
It's
thing, you know?
it's a good thing to have, but it's also the hardest thing to keep going in the band. Because there's sometimes, like I said, with like a name change or a typical song, you're like, I want that to be different, but I can't tell them how to play the guitar because you know I don't know how to.
Exactly.
So I know my boundaries, but I mean we all ask each other for help. So
Exactly. And
That's
one
good.
more
Yeah.
thing. Whenever the guitarists or whatever they write a riff or they come up with a progression, and they might feel the need to write some lyrics down
Yeah.
with that.
I encourage that.
Okay.
I encourage it. It never really happens, but I encourage it.
Makes your job a lot easier, doesn't it?
Because like the one thing they do is like Tony and Steven, they're constantly writing. They'll get together and they'll just write a song. And I'm sitting there listening to the song for the first time. They'll be like, "Can you write something to that?" I'm like, "I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I don't
Get
know."
me involved.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I don't even know what to even say. But I mean, it's just stuff like that.
Exactly. So let's check out Idolatry. Right? Okay. Leslie, we love you. Scott Hall, Mama Bray.
Yeah.
Mark Galascio, Drunkard. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. We're going to check out some Born in Blood.
Woo!
Again,
Formerly
we're
known as
bad
that.
blood. Come on, louder! The fucking Saturday night, you better be glad you're fucking here. These are all your fucking family, so take care of them. This next song is called Idolatry! Got your fucking time! Never took a run between the eyes! Attack, bullet, wait till
All right.
That was awesome.
Idolatry by
awesome.
Born in
Thank you.
Blood, previously known as Bad Blood.
Sarah?
Motherfuckers. Oh, yeah. There you go. Sarah Von der Heide. Hope that answers your question.
Von der Schnizzle.
Been a long time. This is, we're joined by Talmage Crumholt,
Yes.
middle name of Edward, and his buddy Mike, who is not in a band, but Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Hey.
20
Get it
bucks.
done. $20, man.
$20.
He'll break a fucking kneecap.
$20
Now, the rest of your band couldn't be here tonight.
Yeah.
You want to introduce them as if they were here anyway? So you're their
Yes.
spokesperson tonight.
I guess
right?
so. I know that Steven, the drummer, is probably looking at his phone, going like, "What the hell is he talking about?" But no, Steven, drummer, Steven Bonilla. I call him Bonilla or Niller.
Niller?
Yeah.
Like a Niller wafer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another way.
Good stuff.
Tony, Anthony, whatever he wants to be called. He tells us Tony, but then he tells everyone else Anthony.
Oh, that's because you guys are in the loop with trust.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah. But yeah, he's guitars, and then we got Royce Vick as the bass player right now. So he's
Royce Vick,
doing
okay.
fantastic. Yeah, he's in another band called Night School Ninjas. So,
Oh, yeah?
Nice.
yeah,
Right on. That's
So
a cool
we got
name.
him.
That is, what kind of music is that?
It's like a funky rap metal-ish type thing. It's really good. It's interesting.
Right on.
Yeah, you have to see it to be like, okay, I get this.
Cool. Where do you find
Night
it?
School
Yeah.
Ninjas, yeah.
Yeah.
Blow up your friend. Where do you find it?
I think right now they're in the middle of recording, so you can find them on Night School Ninjas on Facebook. I'm not sure if they're on Instagram.
Right on. And you mentioned during that video, you wanted to shout out who shot it for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Really good footage, by
That
the way.
was awesome.
Yeah. David Gonzalez, Metal Dave. He does really good work. He actually messaged me this morning. He keeps up to date, shares like new bands with me. He's constantly around the scene, DFW. He'll just pop up. He'll shoot your band, do, photography too. And then you can talk about like, you got to compensate your photographers. You got to compensate
Right.
the people
Yeah,
that do that.
totally.
So he's always around Gas Monkey, and he's very professional. He's a really cool dude. Also a really big horror fan.
Cool.
Awesome.
Super horror fan.
Very impressive footage, man, I gotta say. So, now as far as singing goes and being in bands, when did you start personally? Like, how long has this band been together? Born in Blood?
I would say about 8 years.
8 years?
8
Okay.
years, 9 years. Yeah. I would say, I don't know. I think it clicked in my head after high school for me. Because I started getting into like Slipknot and Sepultura really big. And Misfits. And, of course in high school you're going to start getting into like the heavier stuff. You're going to be like, okay, there's
Yeah.
a bigger world out there. And so I think right after high school I was on my grandfather's couch. He actually lived above a garage. It was just him and myself. And I was laying on the couch and I was watching YouTube videos. It was, interviews with like Marilyn Manson and Corey Taylor. And I was just like, I want to do that. So I was like, okay. So I text my friend, like, you want to start a band? Like, none of us has instruments. None of us
Hey,
has never done
that's
this
punk
before.
rock though,
Yeah.
man.
And he was like, I've been waiting for you to ask me that. So I was like, all right, cool. Chad. And then, we got him a bass. I ended up getting my friend Jordan Busby as a drummer. And our guitarist was always in and out, but we had one for a while called, his name was Nate. And we went by a Zombie Ate My Cupcake, and it was like punk and metal, you know. We were trying to find our ground, so it was very shitty.
Yeah, it's just, growing
Playing
pains.
Sunday nights at Tomcats with like one person that just needed a ride home. We were like, no, you're going to the show.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then from there, it's like I started to get my ground of like what I wanted to do vocally. And I mean, he was right by my side the entire time, so it was pretty cool.
On.
And we played all over DFW, got our foot, with the promoters. And then from there, it's just like, well, this is what I want to do. So, gotta start learning, vocal techniques, even though you're yelling at a microphone.
Yeah, there's a way to do it and a way not to do it.
You don't want to destroy your vocals. So, I mean, and I started taking it serious ever since then. So,
how old are you?
28.
28. Okay, I was trying to. So it was about 10 years ago, not long before this band.
Yeah.
You actually started, jamming and doing live shows. And everything.
I graduated in 2010.
Yeah, because you said Korn and Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
In high school, it's like, well, that's what I listened to in high school.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think you graduated the same year. I don't think you dropped out the same year I dropped out.
Right.
No, I had to go all the way through. but yeah, no, it was just stuff like that, and I was just seeing like I love the getting on stage aspect. So I love being like the front man, jumping around, doing stuff like that, So I like being the entertainer. I like entertaining people. So
That's right. I've seen some of your Facebook posts. You mentioned wearing masks and
yes,
your profile pictures like covered in blood right now, right? So
that was
what other stuff do you do that kind of entertainment value?
I also help film. I'm in a couple of films that are coming out with my friend Seth, who works for a bunch of production companies, and he does his own footage and stuff. Yeah, we got a horror film coming out soon called Isolation. And it was a monster. It was this creature.
Really?
And I also wrote Born in Blood. I also wrote a song called Casting a Fire, and we wrote it for that short. It's like a 20-minute video.
Hey, it helps to be in a band
Yeah,
and make movies. You got to make your own soundtrack. You know, it's a
Yeah.
double entendre of.
So it's stuff like that I like to do.
And as far as being on stage and being a front man, what other stuff? Like you wear masks, you use blood, any other props or gimmicks?
I've tried in the past, but I mean, the alter ego that I use on stage is not going to have just a prop, because then I'm just going to throw it.
Right.
So it's like
a live chicken, something?
I wore a mask once for Halloween when we opened for Doyle at Trees.
Okay, gotcha.
And I ended up taking the mask off because I couldn't breathe. And I just threw it and then never saw it again. I actually had a fan of the band last night because I saw Alex Story of Cancer Slug in Doyle at Reno's last night. He did an acoustic set. And a fan of mine, or a fan of the band, actually came up and was like, "Hey, I made you a mask." And he just handed me a mask. It was like
just
this
like
clown
that,
mask. Yeah, just handed me a mask. And it was like, "I'm a fan." Pat on the back, gave him a hug. Continued on his night.
No shit.
That's cool.
So thank you, Vincent, if you're watching.
Yeah, thank you, Vincent.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Very cool, man. So you're going to wear it on stage and break it in? Or
Maybe.
you kind of
I
feel
don't know.
obligated, don't you? A
I
little
feel
bit,
obligated,
like,
but I mean, it needs where you can't just headbanging as much as we do. It's just going to fly off. But
Yeah, I understand that.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
And who's I know Manson's an awesome front man, but who are your favorite front people who actually inspired you? And,
I love Rob Zombie.
oh yeah,
Because I like Rob Zombie primarily.
it's his birthday today, by the
Yeah,
way. Happy
it
birthday,
is.
Rob
Yeah,
Zombie.
Rob Zombie.
And his main FX artist. It's his birthday too. I forget his name. But he helped him all of his movies, actually.
Well, then happy birthday to that guy as well.
Yeah, I like the way that Rob Zombie can also do music and film.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm interested in, so it's cool. You got Corey Taylor, Jonathan Davis, Marilyn Manson, Alex Story.
I saw that you guys played with Wednesday 13. Did you get a chance to hang out with him at all?
I did not. He was hungover. That was before he got sober. It's before he got sober. Yeah, that was actually like our second show ever.
Oh, yeah?
think so.
Wednesday is one of my favorite people in the industry. He... I don't know if you follow his blog or anything, but
I follow on Instagram.
So then he lives in like the suburbs in like this really nice house, and he like has He has things like where he'll bake a cake and try to sell some at his garage sale. And nobody will come to his garage sale because he's out front like in full makeup and he's like, like
That's
Edward
awesome.
Scissorhands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Super
He
cool.
loves his wife. He loves his kid, and
he's
just
cool,
is.
dude.
He's one of the nicest people
Yeah.
you'll
yeah.
ever freaking meet.
He was very nice that day. He was just hungover.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
funny. He sits at his shows. He'll set up a stool, and he'll sit like this, and he'll hug. When the girls that want to talk to him, he'll hug this way because he has a wife and he's very dedicated.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and he keeps
So
them
he
at
sits
bay.
this
Like
way, yeah. So he sits this way, and you know what I mean. It's just,
lawsuit or anything.
it's really respectable. You know what I mean? He's like you were talking about. He's one of the people that when they do shows in the background, it's all just the old,
Yeah.
early horror
Yeah. Yeah.
films and so forth playing. So anyway.
Yeah.
very cool. I'm not familiar, so I need to get familiar. Is
yeah.
that cool?
Definitely.
Very cool.
Wednesday's awesome.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
Yeah, that was one of the first shows I went.
Yeah.
When you opened.
With Bad Blood, yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool night actually. That was at what was it? The Rail Club or something, right?
Yeah, whenever they
Right,
actually had the
right.
rail on
Yeah.
the stage.
Yeah,
before
the
they,
old school when
moved
it was
yeah,
sideways.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So then that was
Yeah.
back when he was still doing like I Walked with a Zombie and he was
Yeah,
still
yeah,
doing Murdered All Songs and things like that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
But have you heard any of the recent stuff?
I heard a little bit of it.
It
I
became really heavy metal, which
Really?
is really I like really heavy metal.
Yeah.
But
It's different for them.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
different for them, and they lost all that old that old school horror
Yeah.
punk
That
pop
vibe.
yeah.
vibe that they had. They went really
Yeah.
really metal with it.
They signed to Nuclear Blast, though, right?
no shit.
I believe, recently, comparatively, they were with, Oh, You'll Get Me Lying, and we don't have enough time for me to sit here. And,
Fake it till you make it,
yeah,
bro.
and I'm gonna sit here and dead air it until I remember, so I'm not gonna try. But yeah, recently, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So yeah, awesome.
So that makes sense, the direction they're going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of getting a little bit heavier. They were with, I think, Roadrunner for a minute too.
Yeah.
But depending on which band, and I'm like I said, I don't want to get lying about it. Which one's which?
Very cool. Well, let's check out this Curtain Club show. And just real quick, I want to thank all you guys that, on my personal end, that have been wishing, good thoughts and prayers. My mom, been in ICU all day, stage 4 cancer. It's never fun. My hat's off to nurses in general. God, man, a certain breed of person to be a nurse. I hate hospitals, but
Right.
these people do it every day, day in, day out, and still upbeat, giving people hope and everything. But I want to thank all you guys for all your feedback on that. Thank you very much. Big love to you. So just want to get that out of the way. Thank you. It didn't go unnoticed.
We're gonna cut a song. We're gonna do. We're gonna cut a set a little bit. This is called Tyree.
You played 2 songs on that one? Is that what it was? They snuck in 2 songs? Is it?
On that video, yeah.
You snuck in 2 songs? You can just ask us to play both songs.
Right,
you ain't got to sneak them
I have
in.
no idea.
Jeez.
No idea what's going on.
Stealing their time, man.
Dude.
Sneaky.
What's up, Bob Kirk? Hey, Dan McNew. How you doing, buddy? Long time no see. And Sarah, thank you very much for your thoughts and prayers. I appreciate it. But we are here tonight, Born in Blood, and that was at the Curtain Club. You don't remember exactly when, but you said something about there was an indie kind of music band that was on
Yeah, I think it
before
was
you.
like indie. It was very like everyone, in the dress really nice.
They had to take off their sweaters when you came in.
Yeah. And then
Chad or
the
Todd.
curtain's about to go, and we're like,
They're like, why am I drinking this EPA? There's a real band on IPA.
I'm going to go get a craft beer while these guys
curtain
are
opens. I
on.
think
You're right.
we opened with a song called Chicken Nuggets, which starts right away because we're like, we're just going to roll right into it.
Oh, yeah, just fucking fist to the jaw,
Yeah.
right?
And they're all like, what the
What is this? It's too loud.
Yeah.
I need a craft beer.
Some of them were into it, but it was just like, this is weird.
What is it, White Claw or whatever? I need a White Claw. But,
Why is my tweed coming unraveled?
and it's crazy because I've been to festivals like that where they just throw a goulash of genres together. You know?
It can be
It's like-
good, but then
Yeah,
it can also
I
be
mean-
very awkward and bad.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I mean, I enjoy I enjoy them festivals a lot,
Yeah.
because when blues, okay. Let's hear a blues band, all right.
The next
Death metal, all right. Reggae,
Okay.
fuck it.
Yeah,
Why not, boy?
It depends, though. There's so I went to an Edge Fest one time a couple years ago and watched Killswitch Engage. And as soon as Killswitch Engage was done, Yellow Card came on.
Oh,
And it was like, what the
right.
fuck is going on?
Yeah, dude. It was not cool at all. It wasn't like, all at once a blues band was on. I could have handled that.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Didn't
terrible.
one of the concerts, like one of the whatever BFE, whoever does the Halloween shows, like the big
The Freakers Ball.
Freakers
or whatever.
Ball. Wasn't
Hey,
Marilyn
Jessica?
Manson headlining one day, but it was like a weird lineup up until Manson.
There's usually that. I mean, I don't really
remember.
understand why they
It
do
was like,
kind of the
what?
way they
Yeah,
do.
like,
some
that's
of
so
the shows.
weird.
You're like, it's Marilyn Manson, so we'll put a band with a name like Pop Evil.
Yeah.
Because it sounds evil with
Yeah.
him. But then, the music's like,
Thank you.
Yes, literally.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Baby metal and shit.
Yeah.
Baby metal.
I like the way she spanks my ass.
If you like them, that's your problem.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it can
So,
be good.
has Born in Blood, have you guys hit the road and gone to other states regionally or anything like that?
I mean, besides like Oklahoma, we had a couple of opportunities to go to California.
Oklahoma's got a decent metal scene,
We're performing at the Railhead, which they always take care of us when we go, so we keep going.
Railhead's
back.
always awesome.
Yeah. But other than that, just around Texas, a lot like Austin, a lot of Austin, San Antonio. I can't remember the other place. All Bottoms Up or whatever, where my foot literally went through the stage.
Oh,
I
no.
went to jump up, came back down, and
Damn.
yeah. Can't remember, but yeah, it's just around Texas and Oklahoma right now.
Yeah, well, Texas, I mean, that's still
Yeah.
covering a lot of ground.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
still a
You
lot
go
of
to San
McDonald's to
Antonio,
see on the
you
side
go
of
to
the road.
Arkansas, and it's still closer
Yeah.
than San Antonio.
We're
so.
hoping to get out more this summer. Now that we have someone like Dave to get us into shows better, who's going to be like our manager. So
Oh, cool.
so it'll actually work out.
Yeah, so, I mean, what else you guys got in store for 2020?
We
Are you writing a new album?
yes, we're writing a full album. Don't have a title yet, but yeah, we got 4 or 5 songs that are rough recordings right now.
Cool.
And then Steven's gonna go in and record drums for I think another 4 or 5. So we'll have like a good 11 or 12 song.
11 or 12.
Yeah.
Right on, dude. So you guys will be throwing some money down on this next
Oh,
album,
shit,
Most
yeah.
people...
It already is.
Most people that
Yeah.
come through here, they only stick to 5 to 7 songs,
Yeah.
because that's a good,
Yeah, like-
as far money-wise.
Yeah,
it's
we
a
were going to
decent-
do an EP, but then we're like, why not just go for a full album? That way, not release it when we get it done, but shop it around. That way we
Oh.
get some backing on it, make a little bit of money back, and use the rest of the money to promote it and get on the road.
There you
So,
go.
Fucking A.
That's what
And
we-
Aaron, Vivid and Vulgars, you guys are hitting the studio too and going to release an album this year, aren't you?
That's the hopes. We definitely are trying. We are still looking for a keyboard player though, or somebody with a workstation. If you guys know what that is, it's all the digital shit.
Yeah.
But we want that to round it out. But yeah, we're hoping to finish up by April.
Now, can't you get like a studio musician to just go in there to cut the tracks and then worry
could.
about finding someone later and just play it live until you find somebody?
We definitely could.
All right. You got to put me in the thank you notes for coming up with that idea.
Copyright.
Don't make me send you a cease and desist.
Absolutely.
That keyboard thing, studio musician is mine, dude. But really, man, it'd be cool if you guys could like all coordinate, because it seems like there's a bunch of bands that come through here that are in the studios ready to throw out some new albums.
It's around that time. It's always like a season when
Yeah, it
bands like
is,
go in the studio
Yep.
first of the year.
And in the meantime, if I'm not mistaken, your old album, Aggressor, is it the same?
Oh yeah, The Aggressor.
Is still the Aggressor is still available on all major platforms.
Yes.
So if you guys are digging what you're seeing tonight, you can go check that out, and then the new album will be coming out.
Hopefully in the
as soon as
summer.
possible.
Yeah.
As soon as possible.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause you're
we
on
also got
Spotify.
the Bellicose EP too. That was the most recent one, but I mean, it's gonna be most of the same songs, not like maybe 2 or 3, but they're gonna be reworked.
Okay.
It's all
Right,
different.
kind of mastered, remastered kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
completely reworked.
Yeah, it'd be cool if you guys could all coordinate and have the same like CD release party and then go on tour. You know, and do like a whole.
We've always wanted to do a CD party or something like that, but we always get nervous. We're like, no one's gonna fucking show up.
Well, and that's why you put your CD release parties out at the same time, so you know y'all have the same.
Out of it.
You can mooch off the other person's crowd. You know?
That's the way it used to be anyway. Is that everybody would we try to book shows so that the crowd would like each band that they saw.
Yeah.
And that way your crowd becomes their crowd and their crowd becomes your crowd
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. And it was an all networking thing. And then all at once it became people go to the shows and they're like, I'm only here to see one band. I don't really care if I like anything else. I'm going home after
Exactly.
that.
I think
That
the
was our
venues
fear.
have a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because they keep that list over there. Who you here to see? You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, yeah, that's really terrible. Like last night, like I said, we were there to see Alex Story, and there's a bunch of locals on there, and a few were really good. But they asked me, I'm like, I don't know who's on the
Yeah,
bill.
you don't know
So
who
I'm
the
like,
fuck they are.
I was like, I'm just here. And they were like, so Alex Story? I'm like, well, yeah, duh.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's like, I don't know who else is on here.
A lot of times, dude, I'll tell them to put me down on who has the least. You know,
Yeah.
so they
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
something.
I should have
but
did
Just
that.
help
Yeah.
out,
know.
help out the, you know.
when
underdog.
Pull Getters, when we do our live shows
Mm-hmm.
and we throw events, we throw that list out the fucking door.
Yeah.
And pay all the bands evenly.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
like the first band gets paid the exact same as the last band.
Oh, yeah.
And you would think that would cut down on time slot bitching,
Yeah.
but it really don't. They don't
Yeah.
care. They want,
Yeah.
you know, they all want the meat. But, you know, that's
Exactly.
also why we always do from like 9 to midnight, you know, 4 bands tops, you know,
Yeah.
so everyone has the meat
Yeah.
of the
I
time
can
slot. so-
understand the list. I just think it would be better if you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the venues, you know, they want to get bands paid, and
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is the most fair way they can come up with, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
I guess so.
It does, though, at the same time. The reason why that's fair is because with social media, the bands have also
In
on
charge
their
of
end,
promoting.
they've gotten lazy and lax on
Yes.
promoting, and
Yeah.
they think they put out a few posts on Facebook, that's it.
Yeah.
And
no.
so, I mean, these bars, it might go back to where they pay everybody evenly if everybody was bringing in people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No,
people
yeah.
don't give a shit about going and promoting their shit anymore. They're
Yeah.
going to put a few posts
Yeah.
out, and that's fucking it. Hopefully someone will
Yeah.
show up. You know, if you're playing in front of 10, 15 people, that's fucking your fault,
Yeah.
first of all. And second of all, the fucking bar is losing money on
Yeah.
having your band in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So it really does go both ways. These bands get off their asses and go fucking
Yeah.
promote the way it used to be and go fucking
Yeah.
promote.
And I also
They'd
think
start bringing in the
a
people,
good point.
and then the clubs could start paying people in a more fair way.
Yeah, and I also think like the venues need to be on point with the set list and times, because
Agreed.
I've gone to play a show.
Yeah.
Like, not to put on blast or anything. We loved it was a good show, but like Gas Monkey Bar and Grill is like. I've been emailing, calling, gone up there, try to figure out when we play, so I know everyone needs to be there. Trying to organize the whole thing. We get there, and like the first band's already played at 5, and we're second. So we get there, we're like, what the hell? Why did they already play? They were like,
Oh,
well, I don't
wow.
know. We just got here and they said, you got 20 minutes to get on stage.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So everyone's just coming in. It's like, y'all go on at 6:30. And we're like, what the fuck?
That's fucking chaos.
So,
Wow.
yeah. It gets shitty sometimes.
Yeah.
But,
A lot of people don't know the
Yeah,
ins and outs
behind
of
the scenes, yeah.
musicians. You know,
The way it
Yeah.
really
we were talking
is.
about this during the video. You know, what everyone sees up there in these videos is the product of the work. You know, you don't actually see the work that goes into this stuff.
Yeah.
And the headaches and
yeah.
all that stuff. We were talking about that Curtain Club video we watched. You said that was a different bass player
Yeah.
than the one you have now.
Yes. Yeah, he would have worked out, but he was just too different from us. And I get that me, Steven, and Tony have like a chemistry because we've known each other
Yeah.
for so long. And it is hard to get somebody to bring in, but I mean, Royce has done a fantastic job learning our set, bringing in new ideas, and
Very
he really
cool.
knows his bass. So
Chemistry has a lot to do with
Yeah,
it, man.
absolutely,
You either
yeah.
mesh or you don't. You
Yeah.
know. And
I mean, it's the same with like trying out for like with the fill-in with Blot Out. It's like I know y'all are like brothers and stuff. Like y'all are really
Yeah.
close. So
you
me
got to go
coming
in there
as the
knowing
other
your
guy
role.
coming-
You
Yeah,
know?
so I see both sides. You know, I understand, but if a person doesn't work, a person doesn't work. So
Absolutely. And then, you know, when you hit the road and you do go do these regional tours that
Yeah.
are, you know, 4 or 5 days long, you really get to learn,
yes,
you know, this motherfucker
Yeah.
farts in the van every 5 minutes. And, you know, I'm willing to go in a couple months looking for a new, you know, drummer or whatever.
or gets shit drunk in the venue before the show and doesn't make
Yes.
sound check.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That sounds like that's happened before.
Yeah, too many times. I don't want to put on blast, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
happened
no
too
need
many
to
times.
drop names or anything. Now, so out of the lineup you have now for Born in Blood, it's you three, the guitarist, you, and the drummer are still originals.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, still the 3 originals, and
And how many bass players have you been through over the past 10 years?
I'm gonna say we've tried out a few, but only 3, including Royce, have actually made it in the band.
Okay, okay.
So-
And how many bands is your drummer in?
He's only one
12,
that I
13?
know.
Oh,
He-
really?
He
One
used
that
to
you
be.
know of, huh?
He used to be. He used to be. No, he does the same thing like that I do. You know, if a band reaches out and say, "Hey, we need you to fill in for these days," you know,
Right on.
can you? He'll do it.
Right on. And
yeah.
there's no when that happens, you guys have like a band meeting, or is there like eggshells where it's like, oh fuck, let me see if it's okay with my band.
I
It's
feel
like
like
a marriage, you
Yeah,
know, or something.
yeah.
You been fucking around playing drums for that band?
how dare you, swine? But no, it's like he'll communicate like, "Hey, I'm gonna fill in for this band or whatever."
Well, you better not make sure it fucks with our practices or those
No,
shows. You better
that's
get that
the
calendar
main-
right, motherfucker.
No,
Yeah, that's
you
the
better
main
not be
thing.
as good with them as you are
Yeah,
with us.
yeah.
Well, I've seen you putting 110% with them, motherfucker. You're putting 80% with us.
Well, like one of the bands, the Black Mariah, that
Oh, yeah,
Joey Blue,
Yeah,
that he's in. Well, he was out on the road, obviously.
that's right.
So he had Steven fill in for him for that band for a little bit. And we thought that was cool. Like, it's fine. It's like as long as you're not like
It's
Oh,
good
your
networking,
drummer
too.
filled in for
filled in.
Joey, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome.
the
You gotta be a pretty badass drummer now to
yeah. Oh,
fill
Steven's-
Joey's shoes, you know.
Good,
Steven's
dude.
really
He's
fucking
great.
good.
So, are you afraid of you know what happened to Joey happening with you guys? You know, Phil and Selmo come in and be like,
Oh, he'll do
"I'm
it in a
taking your
heartbeat. He's
fucking
like, "How
drummer."
much am I getting paid? All right, I'll do it. Sure." I mean, I think any of us would be like, "All right, if I'm getting paid that much, I guess I'll
Right.
slip in. I'm
Why
not
not?
killing the band.
Right.
I'll just be gone for that certain time." But
Yeah, Joey manages that perfectly. You
Yeah.
know, where he
Oh,
still
yeah.
does Black Mariah stuff and
Yeah.
anything else he's got. And then
yeah,
when it's time to go to Japan,
it's time to
Australia,
go.
man, it's time to go. These
Yeah.
guys, you know,
No, he's
understand
definitely
that
someone
shit.
to learn from about that stuff, about loyalty, basically.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
And you know, not everybody's that way. You know, loyalty's a big issue for bands. If you guys didn't
Yeah.
know that, you know,
Yeah. It's huge.
behind the scenes when it comes to being in a band, there's a
Yep.
lot of loyalty in play. So,
Yep.
and you know, that's why I was saying drummers and bass players are like the coveted. You know,
Yeah.
so when
Go
another
get it,
band
man.
starts eyeballing your drummer,
Yeah.
you get on the defensive. You know,
Yeah.
you better take your fucking eyes off my drummer.
Right, exactly.
Go get your own fucking drummer.
Look at my Janet.
Go get your own fucking drummer.
And y'all were talking about Blue. Not only does he have a balance with all the different bands that he deals with, but he also had time to show up to Stacy's thing the other day.
Oh, cool.
Which I thought was fucking awesome. That Blue took a moment to show up for Stacy's tribe and support out there and help out with that whole situation.
Time management. Like if you time manage and you act like how you talk. Like if you're like I support the scene, then you go out and support the scene. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so big up to
awesome.
Joey Blue.
Yeah, it's a delicate balance, but he makes it happen, dude. Very
My
cool
boy
character,
Blue.
that guy.
Definitely.
But he's been going at it since he was a kid,
Yeah.
So he kind of grew up into it. He knows the
and
etiquette, the heavy metal etiquette.
Steven gets a lot of advice from him too. So I know they talk back and forth. So it's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
It's pretty cool.
Very neat.
It's cool to see that happen. Someone with that much status still
Yeah.
can be like, oh, I can help you understand this.
Right,
So,
absolutely. Virus from Dope for a long time chatted with me,
Really?
and just talking about what it was like to be a musician on the road, and
Yeah.
kind of gave me a little support, a little insight as I was
Yeah.
coming up. So yeah,
Yeah, and I hate asking that every time. Like, I wanted to say that to Alex Story last night. Like, can you give me some pointers? But I was like, no. I don't want to be like, don't fucking do it. I don't want to be like, shit, ever heard that before?
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, well then we will play "Hurts Like Hell."
Yes.
All right, Pam, you wrote "Hurst Like Hell." I don't know if you knew that.
Hurts like hell.
Hurts like hell.
After
Fucking
mispronouncing
Hurst.
idolatry.
See, because I always write Hurst hurts.
Ah,
So
yeah.
I totally fucked it up over there.
Right on. Well, let's get this jam going, and we'll talk about it more with "Born in Blood" when we come back.
The few that actually stay the same.
Oh yeah.
Well, what? What was
Yeah.
that? Mics are hot now.
Right. Mike's hot. Say that again.
I was saying, like, with like the songs, like, of course, working with someone like Dave, who's El Nino, it's like he's gonna try to put in a little bit more catchy stuff. I was like, that song you can't really make that much catchy, straight to the point.
Yeah.
So, but
Brutal.
I mean, most of the other songs, yeah, it's like he twists things and adds things. It's like not necessarily changing it completely. Like it's a completely different song. It's just adding things to it and making
Right.
it layered. So
Makes
stuff like
total
that,
sense,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
You know?
a good engineer is hard
Yeah.
to come by.
Yeah.
A good engineer knows stuff like that. They have an ear
Yeah.
for music, and they're not just gonna sit there and go, "Okay, go. Okay, record.
Yeah.
Okay, go."
Yeah.
They're gonna go, "Hey, listen, this is gonna sound better if you guys add another layer to it." They'll
Yeah.
help you as a musician.
Yes.
They don't write it for you,
Yeah.
but they're gonna go.
They're gonna put
Yeah.
you in the right direction.
Yeah, hey
Yeah.
man, you need to add another layer to this.
Yeah.
And it's gonna sound like.
The one thing I love about this recording process is that Dave does it in like segments. So one day we'll just do choruses, save my voice.
Really?
Next day we'll go hard with the verses, and then one other day we'll take a break. A day in between if we can, or we'll just do like accents. We'll just do like different stuff, to add to it. So it's not just
Interesting.
like
You
press
don't get-
record,
yeah.
do the whole song. Press record, do the whole song
Yeah.
over and over.
Over and
Where
over,
it
you get
blows
burned
out
out.
your throat.
Yeah.
And you get burnt out. It's like, gotta
Yeah.
play this thing again for the 67th
I've actually almost
time?
like damn near passed out doing that one time. So it's like,
I
yeah,
understand.
Damn.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm happy this way. It's like more professional
That's awesome.
ish, I guess.
Aaron's a singer too, didn't you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
But have you heard of that kind of flow in the studio?
I have, and I've respected it and liked it. There's a whole lot to be said about and I'm not trying to bag on anybody's band. There's a lot to be said about a band that has that opportunity to go in and they have accents, they have harmonies, they have choruses that differ from the verses.
Yes.
The thing is that if your engineer is smart enough, he'll have you do those in layers like you just talked about. Only though if your band is good enough to do that.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
there's
yeah.
there's something to
Yeah.
be said about the bands that well, I say good enough. Only if your band is diverse enough to do
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Because there are some bands that are amazing bands
Yeah.
that they've got one flow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, and it is what it
No
is.
cowbell.
Yeah.
And it's just raw and it kicks fucking ass. So
Yeah.
I'm really not
Yeah.
bagging on those bands at all.
Yeah, like we recorded, like if we can't do it live, we're not going to do it in the recording.
There you
That's
go.
the thing. Like we still want to keep it as grounded to us as we can. That way, it's still new to us as well because it makes everything fresh because we've been playing the fuck out of these songs. So it's like it's new to us to hear, and then when we play it live, it's like, oh, this is a brand new song, but we still know it, Especially people that supported us, they see it live and they're like, I know this song, like this is Kill
Right.
Kill or whatever. So stuff like that. But yeah, we would never do anything that we can't do live.
You
So,
can't duplicate
yeah,
live, right?
yeah. So
That's a good rule of thumb either way.
Yeah.
For sure.
yeah,
Yep.
because a
You
lot of
don't
bands
wanna-
do that too, and it's like,
Dig yourself
Can't do
a
it.
grave,
Right.
Back yourself against the wall.
yeah,
End up promising something you can't fucking produce. So that was Hurts Like Hell. So what's that
so
song in a nutshell?
So in a nutshell, that's going back to like now it's beheading your master or whoever. Yeah.
It's a concept album.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
pretty much
All
like,
about-
it's just I was watching Wishmaster and I think Wishmaster 1 and one of the where I got the name from was she wishes for him to shoot his head off, so he does it. And he goes like, with no consolation, that hurt like hell.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to use that as a sample.
Oh, no shit.
So yeah. So it's eventually going to be a sample.
Cool.
Just unleash
Samples
that.
are always fun in music. Absolutely.
I hope I'm not in trouble, but
Yeah, you
Nope,
see
if
some
it's
shit.
under 8 seconds, you're good.
yeah, it's good. But yeah. So I wanted to write something about that. It was like pretty much rounding up everything that you don't like or your masters or whatever, and just put them through torture.
Cool.
Stuff
I
like
dig
that.
it, man.
So.
Love it. So we're here with Born in Blood, Talmage, Ft.Worth Crumholt.
Yes.
Okay. Lead singer of Born in Blood, formerly Bad Blood. But he's also going to be singing for a punk band coming up called Blot Out.
Blot Out. Yep.
Blot Out. Is that like the blotter acid
So-
reference or anything?
They have a song called Blot Out, and that's what made me understand where the name was about. Is like the chorus is drinking every night. It's called a blackout. Don't remember every month. It's called a blot out. So it's like I think blot out is just like you're not remembering
Okay.
at all because you're such an alcoholic. So
Right on.
I can't understand anything
I know.
about that. I have no idea.
oh,
Cheers to that, brothers.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, they're really cool guys. It's all like street punk, hardcore punk. It's
Cool.
Okay, that's what I
shit
was
that
going to
gets
ask.
gets the pit going. You know, it's really cool. Like I
Nice.
said, the New Year's Eve show went really well. Like surprisingly, I thought I was gonna be casted out because their old vocalist, who's in rehab getting help right now, he was so grounded in that punk community in DFW.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like
Kinda
I'm
like-
coming in. I'm just like this jackass coming in. Like I'm feeling for the band. I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah,
People
like-
actually love this guy.
Like Jason New said when he filled in for Cliff
Yeah,
afterwards.
it's like damn. But I mean, everyone came in with open arms, and we had fun. That's what it's all about. So
Well, that's punk music for you, It is
Yeah.
an open arms community.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It always has been.
yeah,
Which is so funny because people think the complete opposite with the
Yeah.
punk community, and it's just not that way. It's an open arms community,
They're
just like the
very
metal
cool.
scene.
Very
Back in the
cool.
day, it
Yeah.
used to be that way, though.
yeah. That's me
fucking
watching
poser.
Yeah,
You know, it's like you really had to fucking.
I even said that before we got on stage. I was like, if someone yells "you fucking poser" while I'm on stage, I'm just gonna throw the mic down and
Yeah.
just take off my clothes and
Jump
walk
out. No, you gotta
That's
jump
right,
out
You
and
gotta
fucking start.
fight. You gotta jump out.
I know.
Otherwise, you will look like a
Yeah,
poser.
then,
you know?
exactly. That's when it's like I'm just gonna lay down and take it for like a second, and then I'll get back up and find them naked. But it's like,
Yeah.
Right.
it's like
Pull some
stripping
Gigi
me of
Allen
everything
shit.
that I am.
Gigi Allen shit. And throw the poo at him. Throw
Who
the
to
poo
the
at him.
eye? Say you got pink eye, bitch. Who looks like a poser with a pink eye?
You're gonna have that for 2 weeks.
Call you
But,
Pinky Posy.
No, but it was a very fun show, and those three guys are fantastic at like patience. That was my main thing. It was like if they're gonna rush me to learn all this stuff, but no, they were actually very patient, very understanding. They took the time out of their Saturday nights to come practice, to get this going. Because I only had technically 3. I had one tryout because they originally just wanted me, but then I was like, no, I'll try out. That way, give it fair to anybody else wanting to. And then they ended up loving me on the spot. Got a second practice, third, and then technically a fourth, but the main 3. And we just went over the set over and over and over and over and over and over and over all night.
Oh, right on.
So yeah, it was fun.
Very cool, man.
Yeah, you need to, if you stick with them guys, you need to come back here and do this show because one thing we haven't had too much of on here is a punk bands.
Really?
Which
Yeah,
we need to.
Never really
I'll talk.
didn't
Love
realize until Murder Junkies came that there really was a punk scene going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it really
It's
is
strong.
punk, and it's like
It's
underbelly,
raw.
you know,
Badass.
Yeah,
underbelly
that
shit.
underground shit.
It's
Because
very
if you go
strong.
mainstream,
Yeah.
you're a fucking poser.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Murder Junkies were awesome enough to do an interview with us on here and hang out with us and
That's really cool.
let us invade their backstage and their van and everything
Yeah,
else,
very
man.
cool.
And
That's really cool.
And
Yeah,
the
the,
mentors, we had the mentors on here.
yeah,
You hear that blot out? I know one of you fucks are fucking watching this.
Oh, dude, the mentors.
Yeah.
Shit.
I tried to get
Same
one
as,
today. but things don't work out.
I'm sorry, I
No,
didn't
you're
cut
good.
you off. What were you saying?
No, I was just rambling. I was just saying I was trying to get them on here. But,
Oh, yeah.
Next time.
Murder Junkies, mentors, all of them, the shit. They come through here like once a year, and everybody's just so accommodating. They're just the coolest guys
They really
in the
are,
world.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Denton's a little bit more punk oriented
Yes.
than DFW is,
Yeah.
which
One of it has to do
DFW.
with the college town thing.
But yeah, probably. It may have to do with that. I don't know.
There's a lot of house shows in Denton, so I think that connects a lot of people.
Yeah, it gets that underground
Yeah.
thing going.
So
Is there still like an
There's
age
a bar to raise.
thing, you know?
I
when
didn't
it
want
comes
to mention
punk?
it, but I think
Is punk for the youth
I
gone wild?
what
I
was,
can disagree with that. I'm 40 years old almost, and I love.
Yeah,
I'm,
but-
yeah.
I'm not 40, but I'm almost 40.
I don't know,
Right.
like
I'm 40 and I
I
love punk.
love
I mean,
punk.
but
I'm
I'm the
28,
exception
I
to the
love
rule, you know?
yeah,
But I think the exception to the rule is what punk is about.
Yeah, I mean,
it's music. It's an attitude.
We'll have to go to a
so-
punk show and see if we're not the oldest fucks there. Then.
I don't give a fuck if I am the oldest. If I am the oldest motherfucker there, I'll cheers
No,
to
it's
the
fine.
19-year-old
Yeah,
quicker and
exactly.
shit and be like, don't tell the police I cheers with you.
I went to a Black Flag show and I felt like the youngest dude in there, man. Like I felt like
Oh, no
like,
shit?
Yeah, I felt like the outcast in there.
You were the poser.
Yeah.
The young poser. And all these fucking 50, 60-year-olds that have been doing this shit.
I think Greg Ginn was like he was the only original member when I went and saw him. And yeah, it was kind of crazy, dude, because I went in there thinking there's gonna be a bunch of people my age, you know, fucking mosh pits and shit. And I mean, they were mosh pits, but they were all like, you know, the older dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt awkward, you know. But I mean, even though they were older dudes, you know, they still had fucking that youth in them. You know, you could tell they were still. Some
they're the real
hardcore,
the real OGs.
Yeah,
you know, like they're the ride or die motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which hell yeah, I love that music still got that kind.
Yeah,
of
exactly. It carries on no matter how old you are. You know, it's as
cool.
long as I mean, if that's your lifestyle, that's your fucking lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? There's no change in that.
That's what I'm interested about the show this Friday at Three Links. It's because at Gas Monkey they already have like a built-in crowd, pretty much.
Oh,
Three Links, this is more of like a younger bands, so it's like
okay.
I'm interested to see like.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about this this Friday.
Oh yeah. Blot Out is playing a show at Three Links.
Is this the one you gave me the flyer for?
Yes, one of them. Yes.
Okay. I can't remember which one it was, but Pam, will you pull up?
I think it's the one with Disowned.
Disowned.
Bozo.
The flyer. Yeah. We'll go ahead and blow that up. And that's this Friday, you said?
This Friday at
Three
Links
in Dallas.
Cool,
it's
man.
a $5 show. So
that's
awesome.
punk rock, dude.
Punk rock.
That's awesome.
As punk as you can get.
You know they know punks ain't got no money, no matter what age they are.
$5. It's
You
payday,
know?
at least for me. It's like, you know what?
They need that extra $5 for beer money. You know.
I'll put 20 at the door and be like, 4 people can get in at least.
Yeah,
exactly.
So,
Exactly. You still got money for beer. You know, it's perfect.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's awesome.
Did you find it, Pam?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
there we go.
Look, I'm gonna move it with my hand. Yeah.
10 seconds ago.
Yeah, 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, it's 10 seconds
I'm just
ago.
looking like an idiot right now. So.
Yeah, it'll be a fun show. I'm interested. And one of my first shows with whenever me and Steven were in an indie band was at Three Links, and it was a pretty good show. So I'm really excited to get back on that stage.
Three Links is a great place to play.
I love it.
But that's not this Friday, right?
The 17th.
This Friday is so my birthday's in like
Thursday.
3 days. Oh wow!
Well, happy birthday.
I certainly don't fucking feel like it right now.
I didn't know that shit. Wish you'd told me.
I forgot. Fucking, I don't know. I'll have to go to a blot out show for my birthday.
I brought you a fat kid.
Here we go.
You guys gonna fucking what?
You know, those are always good to have running around.
Brought me a fat kid. What?
Those are awesome to have around. I get to do what you want.
But
Yeah, that'd
you
be
know
fun.
anything about these other bands?
Bozo, Alex, the drummer for Blot Out, is also the drummer for. I think he's a drummer or a guitar player.
It's a great.
Either way,
Bozo?
he's pulling double duty.
I
Huh?
don't
It
remember.
really is a great.
He does.
name for
He's a
band.
really good musician. So it's like I don't know what the fuck he does, but yeah, he's playing that night, so he's doing 2 sets. But the
Wow.
other guys, I don't know. I think Disown is obviously from Austin, but I have not
Okay.
seen the other band, American something.
So
So-
Disowned, are they more of the well-known stuff that because their name is so big on the flyers? Is that
I don't know.
Austin punk
They
band?
just have a bigger name.
Well, they sure are hogging up that flyer a little bit.
It's a cool flyer.
That'd be amazing.
Cool, yeah. I mean, I guess if you're playing out of town, you know, they want to kind of show you
Yeah,
off.
you
You
know,
know?
showcase a little
It's a
bit. You know.
$5 show, and it's all ages. That's also
fucking
really
great,
fucking
No
cool.
shit. I
Yeah.
mean, how does that work? I mean, they sell alcohol there.
Yeah.
I mean, if it goes past the
They
what?
put an X on your hand. If you,
Yeah, yeah.
They
You
still
can't
do
buy
that?
alcohol
Yeah.
if there's an X
Yeah.
on your hand.
And that's totally at the venue's discretion, right? So
Right.
Yeah.
venues do that. A lot of them don't because they don't want to fucking deal with the liabilities and shit.
Yeah.
So it's cool that a punk scene, Three Links, will
Yeah.
still do it. So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I'm really excited to play this.
I guess that has something to say about the younger crowd, you know, the punks
real.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and then after that, I know they got a show at Gas Monkey Bar and Grill.
Who's
with
they?
With the Blot Out. Sorry.
Oh.
that's we.
That's
we
we.
have
That's
a
you.
show.
I was
Yeah.
like, wait, we promoting here.
We got a rodeo clown.
You got a show coming up?
Maybe.
You got a rodeo coming out.
Pay him $20.
$20.
Yeah. He's like, I'll get on stage and be like, ah!
He's actually done that before. Well, not to the sense that we're talking.
What the hell did I do?
It was
Like, shit, I was drunk.
yeah, when you were drunk though.
I was going to need the money.
It was whenever my first band, a zombie ate my cupcake. We played at the Doors, the old location.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
the
was
door.
when
Yeah,
I
the door.
introduced y'all on
Yeah,
stage.
he had the mask on.
You're not allowed to
because
cuss
nobody
there or
see
they
it.
unplug you.
Yes, I found that out real fast.
Yeah, I did too. I said, I got out, I was like, we're fucking, and they went click.
Yep.
Are you shitting me?
Yep. Almost the same exact incident happened.
Whoa.
I was like, fuck. And right at the breakdown, I was like, fuck.
That was the only show I've ever played that I
I
didn't
was like,
play.
what the fuck? I was like, what happened to like vocals?
I've never heard of a venue
Yep.
doing that.
Yep, they did it.
Christian run.
It's a Christian run venue?
Yeah, so you can't cuss.
And what's it called?
The Door.
It was called The Door.
The Door.
No,
It's not
Didn't
around
they
anymore?
close it down?
Yeah, go figure.
don't even
I wonder
know
why
that.
they're not around anymore.
There's one in Dallas and one in Fort Worth. They
Yeah.
both closed.
Oh, okay.
But that, yeah.
I don't know if the Profit Bar is open anymore.
Oh, I don't know
I
either.
haven't
They
heard
became the
anything
Profit
about
Bar.
it.
The Door
Yeah.
became the Profit Bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that idea worked out so well for him, I guess.
Yeah, same thing happened. I was like, click.
Metalheads
I was like,
love
what the hell?
censorship.
Yeah, what happened?
I
You're
was
like,
did I step on something? Like my entire alter ego just like clicked. And
right,
was
you
like,
go, what the fuck?
now I'm
And
like
that
put on
doesn't
a
help
suit and
any,
tie,
'cause
like,
now
what
they're like,
the
no,
hell's
we're not
going
letting
on
you
here?
back out either.
Makes you want to go there with a bullhorn or something. Ha ha, fuck you.
Fuck!
I'm gonna have like cue cards. Fuck this with the lyrics.
Right, so what happens when they unplug you? Do they like give
Your
you a
band is
demerit? Like that's strike one.
No, your band is
We're gonna-
done. You get
You're
off
done.
stage.
You're completely done.
You scream louder.
Wow.
They told us get off the stage. We were like,
And is that what they told you too?
If I remember, the band kept playing for a little bit. They at least let them finish the song.
Okay.
And then,
but you didn't have vocal mic.
No,
Okay.
I just put down the mic. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Guys.
they didn't do that with us. They just unplugged us, and everything went off. They unplugged everything.
Vivid and vulgar.
No, not Vivid.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was gonna say like,
It's in the name.
Right, you shouldn't have hired us anyway.
yeah.
No, different band.
Okay, gotcha.
That was Mahuke.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was.
That's how it went.
I think it was the only show we played there.
Same here.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
And then I think afterwards, the sound guy tried to sell us the CD with our.
Your first 5
I was
minutes.
like, no. I was like,
Wow.
no. Like, what the hell's
The
wrong?
balls on that
I was
motherfucker.
I was like, you just cut me off. He's
guy's
like
like,
coming
I'm
up like,
not
good job, guys.
affiliated.
Good job. It's like,
So do I get half price?
for
Like,
what? Like, Jesus Christ.
Throw that
One
away,
fourth
dude.
price. It just was, the rest of the band was there, just not the singer. You get a quarter off.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell is going on here? But yeah.
Holy
no.
shit.
Yeah, that venue ran itself to the ground.
Sounds like it.
yeah, so blot out this Friday.
Yes.
What's your time? Do you know?
I do not know.
I mean, it's kind of a poser.
Be there all night.
I think the show starts at 7. Doors are at 7 or 8.
It's
so
$5. Be there all night.
So if you ain't a poser, you can get there when the doors open.
And
you know?
Three Links has one of the best beer selections out there, like craft beer and all liquor and stuff like
Okay,
that. Like
cool.
really good. So I'm excited for that too.
Yeah. So as long as you've been in punk and stuff, did you ever do the part? Because I used to have my
Well,
Rancid shirt, I had my red suspenders, I wore safety pins in my ears, I had a mohawk,
See,
a blue
I wish I could
mohawk.
do that. I'm growing out I used to have a skinnier mohawk, but I never put it up.
You never fucking
I never
spiked
put
that
it.
shit?
I saw one guy in bedazzled jeans and stuff, and he had like the mohawk, and I was like, I'm never doing that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did the Elmer's glue with food coloring in it, and you put it on a table. And
Yeah.
I did that when I was in high school.
Yeah, I just had like a
Fuck
long
you,
mohawk, so
Von
I can do
Schnizzle.
the head.
Oh,
the
right,
head twirl. I can't do a show without doing that. So
That does kind of look goofy when you're headbanging with a
it's
mohawk,
just-
you know, it's all stiff.
it's just
You're
going
a
like
shark. Yeah. Cutting the air.
Yeah.
just whacking you in the face. Yeah. No, I gotta have my hair down and wet and the way I can like do my shit. So
Cool. And Misfits is your favorite punk band? You said?
yes, I love Misfits.
Favorite punk band?
Maybe not a favorite, but
What's your favorite punk band?
I love the Exploited. Total Chaos is what got me into like more of the hardcore. Their
Crass
first
is
album.
what got me into hardcore.
Yeah, they're
I love Crass.
yeah, Crass is good.
See, Rancid's my favorite, but that's
I
kind
love
of
Rancid.
I love
poserish,
Rancid.
right?
Yeah, we got the
Yeah, we
Rancid.
we
Oh,
went
awesome.
gay and got the.
I mean, Out Come the Wolves, man, is like one of the
Poser
best
shit.
fucking
I know.
albums
Yeah.
ever.
That's
Yeah,
more of
oh,
like a
it's great,
greatest
dude.
hits album.
Yeah.
Right.
It might as well
Ruby
be.
Soho right after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Shit. I mean,
But that's not poserish, is it?
No.
Because Rancid's like one of the most successful
I know.
Yeah.
punk
Yeah.
bands
I
out there.
know.
But I mean, they're one of the best.
Yes.
And them
Yep.
guys are doing it today still.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
they're
yeah.
still
I
like
love
they
Tim
were back then.
Armstrong.
They're just
Yeah.
older, you know?
yeah.
Except the fucking singer, man. That dude looks like a fucking lumberjack now. He used to look all young and shit. Tim. He looked like a young kid with a mohawk and all that shit. Now he looks like a fucking brawny man with this fucking big ass beard.
Did you guys go to NoFX and Bad Religion when they came
did not.
out?
I didn't get a chance to.
I
It
was
was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You went?
Awesome. Yeah,
Very
dude.
cool.
It was fucking amazing. And it was interesting how much NoFX was just rattling off the racist jokes. And I was like, that's so old school and just, I mean, fuck everybody's opinion right now. Like, we're this day and age, like, man, please make fun of me because I'm white. I don't care. Fuck, I don't care. So it's just hilarious to watch him just be old school and punk and just rude, and he didn't care about it. He made fun of as many white people as he did Jewish and black and everything else, and it was just hilarious to watch. It was funny to watch. I think really the only people that get away with that these days are moviegoer, anybody that's in a movie, and then
Quentin Tarantino.
right, and then comedians. But if you do that, if you're a musician or if you're
especially in punk or metal, it's like you're already kind of like on the radar of watch out for this.
So it was just funny to watch them just go to town and just be racist as fuck,
Really cool.
including themselves. Including themselves. It was freaking great.
Well, it's like Steve Roy whenever he was here from the Mentors, and he was telling us that they can't even promote their shows because Antifa calls in bomb threats and shit to the venues.
Really?
And stuff. So yeah,
Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
People just don't know how to take a joke.
I know.
Well, that's what these old school punk bands. I think that's why they have so many OGs, like the punk bands and like Merle Allen, and the Murder Junkies. Them guys haven't changed. They'll still tell you the same things that they would have told you 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, just talk shit to you because it's just all in fun.
And they'll punch you in the fucking face if you piss them off. Or slap you with their guitar.
Kick you. That one dude fucked with him and got fucking Merle went up and just kicked him.
Yeah.
It knocked Merle all the way back into the fucking drums. Kicked that dude in the fucking chest, but he kicked that dude smooth in the chest. Shut up.
Shit. And that was the show after this one when they went down to Austin.
Yeah.
And there's video of that still up there,
Fucking hilarious.
Their roadie guy would film live, and fucking caught it, where fucking this dude was up at the stage acting drunk and belligerent. And
he hit his hat. He kept hitting his hat like this. Hell yeah, bro.
That's cool.
Hell yeah.
Fucking missing that punk scene. I'm gonna have to go out to 3 Links this Friday, man.
Hell yeah.
Slam somebody.
Fucking blast,
Some
dude.
10-year-old kid.
What's up, you fucking poser?
Welcome to punk.
That same little kid gonna get up and get right back in the pit too.
Right. Hell yeah.
Right, yeah, man.
They're tough motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah,
that's like back in the day whenever, you weren't in a mosh pit unless you got a bloody nose and a busted lip, I mean, it makes me wonder if you transport the kids now that are in the mosh pit just swinging, flailing their arms, if you transport them back to the early 90s or late 80s and throw them in a punk venue, they would get stomped.
Beat up.
Yep.
Totally.
Well, I can't stand like the new moshing thing sometimes.
I can't.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? Where they just like, they do this windmill thing with their fists.
When you watch the videos of them, here's the thing: is when you watch the videos of them, and like I try. Okay, so let me back up and say that I understand that I'm old. Maybe I just don't get it. But if you watch the videos of them, the difference is if you're watching a video of our old school shit, everybody's involved. Everybody's moshing. There's a big group of people. There's a group of people standing outside the mosh pit. Everybody, if somebody gets knocked down, everybody stops. We pick you back up. We make sure you're good. Then we keep moshing. If you watch a video of the new shit, it's 2 or 3 or 4 kids out there swinging their shit around, and everybody else is all the way on the outskirts and can't enjoy the show at all.
Like, they give them their space.
I wound up getting into an argument because I was trying to explain that to some people that were, promoting that kind of, that you're just old so you don't get it type of situation. And I was like, cool, but what about the fact that I've been there personally? I've been there with my girl holding her baby, and she was 5 or 6 people in the behind where the mosh pit would have been, and this asshole comes swinging his fist through the audience, punches the baby and her both in the face, and tells us, if that's the case, you shouldn't fucking be here.
Oh hell no!
Well, granted, you don't need to be taking no baby to the mosh pit, though.
That's
Granted,
exactly what we got back. Don't take your kids to the fucking shows. Don't show up to the fucking shows if you can't handle it.
Jesus.
If you don't want to be punched in the face,
Yeah.
don't show up.
Well, how about you just?
And
wear
I
your
was like,
church?
but
Yeah,
what if
just-
I love the fucking band?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I don't understand. I want to be able to
I'm
take
here-
my
I'm
girl
here
and
to
my
see the
kid.
show, you know?
Right, I want to take my girl and my kid to go see a fucking good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna stand 5 or 6 people outside the fucking
Yeah.
mosh pit. We should not have to worry about.
No.
I'm surprised the
punching the
venue let
baby
you
in the
take
face.
I'm surprised the venue let you take a baby in there though. For real though, man. I mean, I've never heard of anyone doing that shit.
Really? Oh, lots
Taking
of
a
people
baby
do.
to a mosh pit.
No, outside the mosh pit. That's what I'm saying. 5
Oh,
or 6
anywhere near
people.
the mosh pit. That seems like a huge liability.
5
on
or
the
6
venue's part.
people
I'm
to the
just
back
saying.
of the mosh pit, and the kids got headphones on, and there's people fucking standing.
Yeah.
Where-
I
where the
say,
kid should
and when
be
I say
safe.
baby,
Yeah.
he was 6 years old.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
6 years
okay,
old,
okay,
standing
well.
there with headphones on, or his mom holding
Yeah.
him. You know what I mean? At 6
Yeah.
years old, but that's a baby.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of like Harm's Way and all that, and they play at some of the venues. And the venue actually in the mosh pit has like yellow tape or borders of saying this is where you mosh, and if you go outside of this, you're being rejected.
Right. I
So-
think the difference is back in the day, everybody was involved and everybody cared about each other, and people have lost the care about each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
There's very few people that would help you, back up after.
If you're
even
5
if
or
a
6
beer
rows
can.
back,
Yeah.
you should be able to have your kid there
Yeah.
with headphones
Yeah.
on watching a
Yeah.
fucking show. Because
Yeah.
I would always take my 5 or 6 year old to the fucking
Yeah.
show if I had
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I always would. So and I did when I was with girls. So I just think it became different once that new metal started. It became a lack of, I say new metal, the new version of metal. It became a
Yeah.
lack of
Yeah.
care of the other people around. Which I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
Any other shows you got with Blood Out besides the one this Friday?
February 7th at Gas Monkey Bar and Grill with the Addicts.
With the Addicts? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they're opening up for.
You have that? Okay. What, the flyer? Throw it up there, Pamela. Let's see that flyer.
But yeah, right now Blot Out's the only opener right now, which that's how I con this man to coming tonight.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I told him I'll give him tickets.
Oh,
Free
yeah?
tickets.
I'm an Addicts fan, dude.
Yeah.
I've actually been an Addicts fan for a while. I've been waiting for him to come to Texas, man. Finally, they come to Texas, and he's opening for him. So it's
Yeah.
Hey, very
That's
cool.
awesome.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna
That's
be
how you
really
hook your
fun.
bros up, man.
yeah.
Con them to come to everything.
I got you 2 free tickets. You come to this interview.
Because we were
with
just
me.
talking about like I'm about to have some tickets, and I'll set some
Oh,
aside.
yeah.
And I was like, you know what? If you come with me, you'll get
Right
them for
on.
free. But yeah, no,
Those are the only 2 shows you're filling in for these guys?
right, that's all they got booked right now.
And then I
Yeah.
guess after that they decide if
Yeah.
they're are they auditioning people at the same
They
time?
are
right
still
now?
auditioning
Okay.
people just to see where it goes, but they said I'm still like the bar, so unless they find someone,
that's a good
it's
thing
gonna
to be.
a longer.
Is
Yeah.
the fill-in, and you're the bar for
Yeah.
the new guy.
Yeah.
And all I did was just do my research and like listen to the songs, do my job. Like that's
Right
all
on.
I did. It's not that hard.
And where are these guys out of?
Think
Because you live pretty
Hearst.
close
Yeah,
to
I
mid
live
cities, right?
downtown Fort Worth. Yeah.
So they're in Hearst?
yes, I think most of them.
Cool.
two
You
of
might
them
have
live in Hearst.
to go and do some auditions then, Aaron. Like, just
Good.
go and
Good.
just audition and get it on video and see see where we are in the on
who's
the
still
Talmage
there.
bar. Like, where do I rank on the Talmage bar?
They said they had one guy come in and like he came in, he was ready, he was talking himself up, and as soon as they started playing the first song called "Kill the CEO," which is easy, it's fast but it's easy, and he just sat there and they were like halfway through the song and they were like, "Stop playing! Like, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know the lyrics."
Oh yeah,
You're in a tryout. What do you think you're gonna do?
yeah. I was gonna write my own.
Screaming the mic the entire time. Well, that sounds good.
One eye chuckles the Jethro, tall. One eye chuckles the Jethro, tall.
Singing
Oi,
a completely
oi,
different
oi.
song. Just sing a completely different song.
Well, yeah, you write your own lyrics. I mean, it's punk rock, right? So,
Play Freebirds.
yeah.
Yo.
If I leave for tomorrow, oh,
See?
will you still
Try out.
remember me? Oh, oi, oi, oi.
So I don't know if you noticed just now, but he threw down a gauntlet
Really?
with you and me, basically with vocals. What we should do instead of
Oh,
that,
I'll be doing it too.
what we should do instead of that is we should have him write a song. You know, this guy's a badass on guitar.
Really?
This dude's a badass on guitar. He had a band too.
Yeah.
He's been in
I just
bands.
collect them. I got like 12 guitars. For the fuck of it, you know.
I mean,
Instead of a challenge where we're fighting each other, we should have him write a song and you and me will come do vocals on it. And
Yeah.
maybe we can do the new PGA
yeah,
opener.
I'll be down.
Yeah.
You down?
I'm down.
I can write a punk song in
You
2
down?
seconds. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's like 2 chords.
Yeah, 2 chords, 3 chords.
That way
You guys
everybody's
gotta do the
involved
rest,
in this
yeah.
challenge and it isn't just you and
You
me.
can just yell
I
in the
just noticed he
background.
threw down the gauntlet and I was like, wait a minute. Gauntlet needs to go 3 ways.
Or just get the bass and just.
I'll do something, damn it.
That's all you gotta do, man. Even though one thing I do love about the old punk rock, so especially Rancid and even Green Day, which, you know, Green Day fucking sold out, and now they're fucking emo kids or whatever. But
Kerplunk was badass though.
yeah, Kerplunk.
Yeah.
I got that on vinyl.
Dookie
But,
was still good. Kerplunk was badass.
yeah, Dookie was commercial, too commercial, but it was still a great album.
It was still a great album, but
But the bass
Kerplunk was
players, you know, on that,
yeah.
on
Yeah.
Rancid and Green Day,
Rancid's-
punk bass players fucking rock.
Yeah,
you know,
Rancid's, is it Lars?
No, Larson. No, Matt Freeman.
Matt Freeman, yeah, he's like the best, one of my favorite bass players of all time, man.
yeah, absolutely.
He's fucking great, dude. Yeah, rejected. You know, he's great.
Yeah. No,
He did what was that solo for Maxwell Murder?
Maxwell Murder, yeah.
Yeah, that was wicked, man.
yeah, seeing
I mean,
that live,
that
I
dude
was
was
like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Dial 999 if you really want
Yeah.
the truth.
I'm gonna have to listen to that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that bass
I
line's
dug that.
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Anyway, POS live.
Oh, it's a good one.
It's good. It's one of the more
It's POS. It
piece of
wasn't-
shit.
Oh, piece of shit.
Yeah, piece of shit. Just
The way
Cut
I
his
got tired
mic
of-
off, Pam.
I got tired.
You should have known, boy.
I got
known
tired of
better.
spelling it out on the set list every time, so it was like POS.
yeah.
And that's radio friendly too. POS. Why not?
Yeah, I guess.
Piece of sausage. So let's check this out. And where was this shot at?
I had to be Gas Monkey as well.
Yes, my. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff.
A lot of the stuff is from Gas Monkey.
Hey, it's good footage, man.
Yeah.
Good audio
Yeah.
too. So yeah, let's jam it out. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back.
Hell yeah. That was awesome.
Talmage and his buddy Mike from Born in Blood. And this Friday, Blot Out.
Yes.
Punk Band at 3 Links. Does Born in Blood have any shows coming up?
No. We're in the middle of recording right now, but hopefully towards the summer we'll have a couple of surprises.
It always seemed like to me even if you're recording, it's cool to do some shows anyway because you never know what you're gonna. Yeah. That live element,
Yeah. The thing was
add some stuff.
Yeah. The thing with us is like scheduling because we all got jobs, so it's like if we're gonna have a day off for a show, we can have a day off to record and speed things up.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So that's where we're trying to keep it at right now. But we may have some things coming up in like April, maybe June. So.
Yeah, right around springtime,
yeah.
Ride the winter out. Winter's good for locking yourself indoors and writing.
Yes, I hate the
And then
cold.
be ready to come out with all new material.
It's
in the
hard to
spring.
get people out during winter because it's rainy
so
or it's
hard.
cold or it's bullshit. Nobody wants to go.
Exactly.
But when you got the summertime, it's amazing. And now, have you been to Haltom Theater yet?
No.
Go to Haltom Theater. Haltom Theater is like kind of like the new Ridgely. The whole back is like Party Central.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
And when the weather's great, it's great and it's huge like it used to be.
I've
at
seen
Ridgely.
pictures. Pictures.
And Ridgely's still going strong too.
Yeah,
They just have a different vibe.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out Haltom.
Okay. I think
we'll talk after the show.
Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah.
I'll help with that.
Thank you.
Very cool. I'm just going over some horror questions here.
Because we love horror. We love horror on this show. If you
Yeah.
don't love horror, you're in the wrong show.
Yeah.
We love horror on this motherfucker.
We got this Trivial Pursuit horror movie edition for Christmas. And Pam was going to get it for me a year ago, but she read the reviews and the questions are absurdly hard and stupid. So
we're
and
gonna look
stupid. So here we go.
but one of her, her
We all
sister,
gotta learn today.
her sister and brother-in-law didn't know the difference. They see horror, so they're like, "Let's get that for Corey."
Hell yeah.
So,
Corey
but
is
okay, so
horror
let's
buff.
just ride with one. First of all, do you guys have a specific genre of horror movies you like? Are you a slasher, creature feature kind of guy,
creature feature.
paranormal?
Creature feature. I don't like the jump scares necessarily.
Yeah, no.
I don't like the
paranormal
found
shit.
I'm
not a big fan of paranormal.
I think I used to be big into like the paranormal stuff, and then it just like burnt out for me because so many movies were like at one point coming out.
Oh,
So
dude. It's like the Blair Witch, right? Like
Yeah.
That,
we were talking about that.
and then Paranormal
shit.
Activity. With
We were
paranormal
literally just talking about that on the way here.
Oh, Blair Witch?
Yeah.
Have you seen the remake?
No, that's what we're making fun of. We're like,
Fucking horrible.
Now, Blair Witch, I watched when it first came out, like
Me too.
2 days after it first came out. And so I thought it was real. Everybody
Yeah.
said it was real.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So when I watched it, it was like,
Flipping
holy
shit,
shit.
like, damn.
And then like a few weeks later, I was like, wait a minute. Let's look a little bit into
You
it.
start
Let's
seeing
look at
interviews
that.
with
You're
the
right. And I'm kind
actors.
of like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
I was too little when I saw it in theaters. I went with my sister who was old enough to
He said
see
little.
it. Yeah. I was small.
Fuck.
I was a kid.
I was like 28.
So I thought it was real. I thought it was like real, and then growing up, I was like, "What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What
Right.
the hell's found footage?" And then,
Yeah.
and then you watch like 9 Inch Nails and stuff, and you make those snuff films and stuff, and it's
Right.
like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, we saw that in the theater, right? And there were people getting up and walking out, because...
Really?
People pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Really?
They're like, what?
Yeah. People were pissed at the end, because it just ended like that. The camera
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. The camera falls
Yeah, I
over.
haven't seen it by now.
The camera falls over, and that's the end. And then the credits start rolling, and it's like, oh, no.
No.
No, they did not
fuck
just
happened?
take our money.
Yeah. Watching Paranormal Activity, I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
The first one, I was like, yeah, that's fun.
I see where they're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I thought-
after that, I was
yeah.
like,
Throughout the
okay.
movie, I was
burnt
like,
out
all right,
easy,
the
man.
demon's gonna come out and fucking destroy something, and then it's like chicken footprints and the goddamn powder, or whatever the hell they put on the floor, and it's like, okay, this is it.
And then the second one came out, and then the third one, and then the fourth.
He
eighth
tried to
one,
make it into like a
It
wormhole type thing.
became
It's
this
like, what the
weird
hell?
witchcraft
Yeah.
Yeah.
weirdness.
Yeah.
It just took it too far.
Lame.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I think because it was made on a $20,000 budget and ended up making like $25 million, I think that got all these other filmmakers
it opened the
wanting to
floodgates
capture
to
lightning in the
cash
bottle.
grabs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
then they started coming out, and they're still coming out today.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's honestly why I switched from horror. Like, I like, now, personally, horror for me, I like the ones that enjoy their low budget.
Yeah.
Like the ones that when they cut off the head, it's got a pipe and blood squirts out.
Yeah.
That's
Evil
amazing
Dead
to me.
Evil Dead, yeah.
If I'm really looking for something to really twist my mind, I'm gonna look for maybe the Saw movies, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
But then the original ones.
I
But then
haven't
after
seen
that,
those
I gotta
two.
go to
Yeah.
like suspense, where it's more like. Where they have games where people have to stab each other and things like that.
Oh, right.
That's kind of where my brain goes.
That's
After
why I like
this,
creature
because-
features. It's more interesting. It's more of like a mythology thing. Like you're learning about the creature if they do that in the movie.
I think the creature features is more of an art. If you can create a creature, you know that like you're creating your own nightmares. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if you can do it well.
And if you can do it well, Tom Savini is one of my favorite fucking people. You know,
Absolutely.
He comes up with the craziest shit. You know, and it's
Yeah,
all
because
fucking
Creepshow scared the shit out of me as a kid. Like I
Fluffy.
grew up fearing that movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
same here.
I was like, holy shit, and then learning about it. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's crazy. Creep Show, because we're how old are you said?
28.
Okay, so I'm like 12 years older than you, so I was being freaked out by that same movie whenever I was a kid, and I lived out in the woods too. And
Oh shit!
I would've in a trailer home.
Closing the blinds, fucking setting fire pits in.
I lived in a trailer home out in the woods,
just like screaming against.
So whenever and my bed was right next to a window, so that that skeleton guy.
Oh yeah,
I was afraid to look at my window when I'd go to bed because I knew he was going to be there.
Right.
And then we lived on a lake too, so Creepshow 2 had the raft.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, the raft.
Shit.
Holy shit!
So it's like, I get to swim far out there, and then my mind start fucking with me. I'm like 50 yards from the shore.
Yep.
And I'm like, what is that?
faster.
Is that a fucking oil slick? Turn around.
But
Or
in
a
reality,
turtle.
it's just like a trash bag or a tarp with just like shit on it.
Exactly.
It's so cool.
See, I grew up in Michigan, and that was where the Evil Dead and shit, like the original one, was filmed.
Where in Michigan?
Right around Flint is a little town.
I was in Gaylord for a long time.
Oh, Gaylord, yeah, I know Gaylord. I think I had family in Gaylord, but I was like right in the thumb.
He was one of the 14 people that lived there.
Yeah. But when that was like, cause Evil Dead, that was like based in Michigan, so and all the woods and shit, I grew up around that shit. That shit was scary,
Yeah.
I'm still scared of woods.
One thing about Michigan, though, I have to say that I miss is being able to drive outside your house for like 4 or 5 minutes, and then there's all the mushrooms you can want, morels.
Oh yeah.
There's all the blackberries, raspberries, blueberries,
Everything grows up there.
everything you could fucking want. I used to have this spot that I would run to. Well, I hated my family. So I'd take off and I'd run left in the forest, and it was like where the sun beat through the forest, and I had this little tree that I could sit in, and the whole floor was blueberries, and around me was blackberries and raspberries.
Oh yeah, my mom
And
worked
you
at an orchard in
just
Michigan.
sit
Yeah,
That's fucking cool.
all fucking day.
We had a black walnut tree in our backyard. And apparently it was worth a lot of money, but I fucking hated that tree, dude. That was the worst fucking tree I ever, man.
Whoop your ass in
Oh,
it.
dude. It I little kid and shit go outside, stain up my pants, get grass stains and shit. But if you hit a black walnut, dude, you got this permanent black stain.
Purplish black.
That will not come out, dude. That shit sucks.
Yeah.
And they stink. They fucking.
I used to go to fish stores.
Yep.
And the fish stores had these big clear tubes that you put in your fucking tank.
Yeah.
And you'd shoot berries through them.
Yep.
You fucking shoot those blackberries at cars and come by, and it wouldn't come off their car.
Yep. That shit's bad.
See,
Terrible fucking kid.
I grew up in the fucking bayou shit with my grandfather crawfishing.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, and crocodiles and shit.
Speaking of the Bayou, like that's one of my favorite new franchises, and it's in the Bayou. So can you guess? And it's new from like 2007, and there's 3 of them.
Lake Placid? No.
No,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hatchet.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the Hatchet series?
Yeah.
Kane Hodder, who played Jason
Yeah,
Voorhees
yeah,
and all those.
Not
and,
the same as the book Hatchet.
Yeah.
Which
No,
I read
no.
a bunch when I was a kid. I love that.
If you're a horror fan, then you know which hatchet I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
I think because I was stuck on alligators, it was like plastic.
Y'all mentioned Texas Frightmare Weekend earlier. I go there like almost every year. I've probably saw y'all there before,
Probably.
Probably.
And I actually met some of the guys from Hatchet at Texas Frightmare.
That's right.
Weekend.
Yeah, that was quite a few years ago then,
Yeah,
huh? You have been going a while.
Yep.
You going to go there this year?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Clive Barker this year, everybody.
I've already got Clive Barker. I got
Danny Treggio.
Pinhead. I got all their autographs. Dude, I've met everyone there. That's a fucking awesome place
What's
to go.
the clown?
Sid Haig.
Oh, the Terror.
Terrorizer.
Yeah.
He'll be there.
That's really cool.
I can't wait. They're bringing Dee Wallace back and Henry Thomas from E.T. And I wish I had a picture ready, but we'll do it as the first horror convention we went to, wasn't it? Like in 2009.
That was when I went. That was the first one.
Well, this was Fear Fest.
Oh,
it wasn't.
Fear Fest.
It wasn't
Okay.
Frightmare.
Yeah.
But Michael Berryman was there, from The Hills Have Eyes and Weird Science.
Met him too.
And, Henry Thomas, Elliot from E.T.
Yep.
And they were just drinking down the bar. And, we were buying them drinks and, hitting some of that good. And then we started shooting pool with them, dude. So I was sitting there. I had Michael Berryman on my team against Elliot,
That's cool as
and
shit,
one
man.
of theirs. I got a picture
Cool,
of it, all three of us drunk as shit,
That's badass.
But, as Frightmare gets closer, we'll have a couple of Frightmare shows on PullgetterTV, and we'll dive into it. But it keeps getting bigger. It keeps getting better. So it's always the first weekend of May. So, right? It's May.
Yeah. First weekend.
Always the first weekend of May. So we'll be getting on with that stuff coming up in the coming months. We're really excited. So I want to shoot off a couple of these questions real quick.
Okay.
What up, Beam?
And what's up, Beam? Big Beam! Frozen cheese. Yeah, frozen cheese. All right. In Fright Night, 1985. We've all seen that, right?
Yep.
Okay. What is the name of the neighbor Charlie suspects is a vampire? What is the name of the neighbor Charlie suspects to be a vampire?
Holy shit.
What am I, a nerd?
I mean,
Am I a poser?
I didn't know it.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you guys know it, punch it in on the comments.
Please,
You'll win
let us
tickets
know.
to the rail.
Y'all can at least Google it.
Yeah, speaking of, there are tickets to the rail if you guys know any of these questions.
Yeah, you want to go into that while these guys think it over?
Sure. Hey, we do have tickets, actually, that we can give away to two different shows. One of them is at the rail on the 17th, which is 96 Bitter Beings and Howl. And then on the 31st, Bro Job and Hunt the Dinosaur, Left to Suffer. All you have to do is say, count me in. Just
Put me on the list.
put me on the list. Just say your name right now. Comment right there and say, put me on the list.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and we'll spin, and we will we'll get you guys some free tickets to some free shows, man.
It's a free show.
Don't do it if you're not gonna go. Like,
Yeah, don't waste
Like,
them.
don't waste time. But if you guys are interested, just comment and say, put me on the list, and we'll get you going. If you know one of these answers,
Yeah.
you automatically win it.
And $1 million
win.
because these questions are hard as fuck. So.
And $1 million.
Aaron will pay you $1 million.
I don't think that's gonna work. He's gonna pay you.
Shit, no, I
So,
don't know.
in Fright Night 1985, what is the name of the neighbor Charlie suspects is a vampire?
Jones.
Weird.
Jerry Dandridge.
I almost said Jerry.
I mean, come on,
I
really?
don't-
It
Jerry
was right on the
Dandridge?
tip of my tongue. Jerry Dandridge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jerry.
That guy,
Jerry.
yeah.
Jerry.
Freaking hell.
Okay, have you guys seen the Cannibal Holocaust 1980? It's a cult
Yeah.
classic, literally.
Yeah, Rutgerd.
Made use of what style of filmmaking?
Snuff.
No.
Well, found footage.
There you go.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
job, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like,
Well, I figured we were just talking about that. I think Cannibal Holocaust was the first found
he
footage.
went-
Blair Witch came after.
yeah,
Yep.
it actually got banned in a few
went to
countries.
prison for
yeah,
it.
Actually,
He
he
went
went to
to-
prison for it.
Well, he didn't go to prison, but he did get in
went to
trouble.
court. Yeah.
He went to court. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and he
He had
gave
to
the,
prove in court that they weren't real murders.
you know your
Yeah.
history. That's awesome.
Wow.
That's right.
I met him. I met him at Frightmare too. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then the poster I got signed got stolen. at
Oh,
Frightmare. Yeah.
Dude. Well, very good. A lot of people don't know that
Yeah.
about Cannibal Holocaust. It's a
That's pretty brutal. I mean.
not many movies the judge call you in. The government
Oh yeah.
calls you in to prove that you didn't really kill people in that
Right.
movie. I mean, that's just awesome. In The Fly, to what giant creature does Veronica dream she gives birth? The Fly, 1986.
Was it the baboon?
No.
No, it was not. The baboon was the one they put in the machine.
They put that.
Jeff Goldblum,
He's in it.
Actor. Yeah, okay, so that movie.
She gave birth.
One more time.
In The Fly, to what giant creature does Veronica dream she gives birth?
I wanted to say the baboon too, but that's the one they put in.
It's like right on the tip. Oh, I want to say
it isn't a fly.
No, it's not. I want to say it's like a pig or something like that.
It's a maggot. So
it's
a
a
baby
maggot.
fly. You're close.
Oh, okay.
The fly larvae and maggot. She gives birth to it. It's been forever since I've seen that movie.
Yeah, me too.
It's a great.
It is
movie
cool fucking movie.
It makes me want to go.
That's what Jeff Goldblum got. Because says he speaks like this. He automatically is like a fly.
All right, one more. You guys should know this one. Real-life killers Ed Gein and Elmer Wayne influenced the creation of what character in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974? Too easy.
The guy with the fucking chainsaw.
Chop Top.
Scratching his head.
And that, of course, would be...
That's Bill Moseley. Bill Moseley, yeah.
No, the answer to the question.
Oh, Leatherface.
There you go.
Yeah,
okay.
Leatherface.
I was going to say, all that and you're still going to get it wrong?
No.
We'll see. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Talmage and his buddy Mike from Born in Blood. Going to be in a punk band this Friday at 3 Links.
Fuck yeah, go to that shit, man.
And we're going to play a song right now, Revile.
Yes.
I'm guessing you wrote all these lyrics?
Yes. This is against the Catholic Church.
Uh-oh. Lock up your daughters and sons. Revile.
Exactly.
So, let's check it out, Pam. We'll be right back with more Born.
Fucking go. This next one is dedicated to all the fucking churches out there who are breeding pedophiles. This next one is called... There's only one way to go. Your children are sick, their guilt is a blight upon the cross still gloom. Where will the sick, the church will research a way to exploit you? A standing king will pin up the knee and take it all with faith. Red, white, blue, but we are too soon here alive. We all stand here while the church breathes dead and smiles. We all stand in flesh, and I catch your blood in my eyes. We all feel the sin, and I feel sorry between the lines. English lines up, look in your eyes, don't doubt it, who you trust. Pull out the gun, unload the round, and watch it all unfold. You've been deceived, and now this screen that versus at your hands. Power to kill, jump off the deep end, burns into flame. Red, white, blue, but we all choose to hear a bomb. We all stand here while the church beats dead and falls. We all stand in pledge, and I got your blood in my eyes. We all feel this heat, and I felt to read between the lines. I wanna see that fucking shit right now. Bring this. Come on. Y'all want some fucking more?
All right. Welcome back. Well done.
Good job.
Born in Blood
Thank
kicks
you.
some fucking ass.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Right on. And don't forget, this Friday, as we mentioned a minute ago,
Yeah.
3 links.
Blot Out.
You'll see Talmage here fronting Blot Out, punk band. And then again on February 7th.
Yep.
And where's that February 7th? You guys
Gas Monkey Bar and Grill
Right
for the
on.
addicts. Yeah, open up for the addicts.
And no shows in the books right now for Born in Blood.
Nothing I can announce. Nothing.
You guys haven't done a show since you renamed your band,
not at
right?
all.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
like 2020 is a reinvention
Yeah.
of the band with
It's
a new album coming
literally
out.
like a brand new band, just same members.
So we're the
We're
first
actually-
show to have you on
Yeah,
then.
Thank you.
This
We're
is-
actually meeting up Tuesday to go over a bunch of stuff and plan out the rest of the year. So,
I got a show for you.
right
Yeah.
on.
You think you could be ready to do a show by May 2nd?
possibly,
Okay.
maybe.
Let's
It's
talk
up to
about
the
this.
All
others.
right, yeah, we'll talk about it after the. You guys can talk about it after we.
Yeah,
We're about to-
we put this right here,
So,
right now.
Well, you can hold it against him in case he fucking falls.
That's the whole point of doing it on the air.
Now you have to do
No,
it.
you did it.
You're obligated now.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for coming and
No
doing
problem.
the show
Thank
tonight.
You. Thank you.
Coming all this way from Bedford or whatever, and
Well, he's
Midlothian.
from Midlothian
like
down.
20 minutes from here.
So
Oh yeah, man.
here in a few months, whenever you guys get that album released, don't forget where you want to debut
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You know, right
Definitely.
here on
I would
PullgetterTV.
love to have the rest of the guys back here.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
please.
you get the other guys back
fun.
here, so
Yeah.
they can defend themselves against
They
your
Wild
accusations.
accusations.
It's tough being a vocalist, man.
So Born in Blood 2020, everybody. Also, those of you guys that have heard, Bill Weisner from Bill's Records and Tapes passed away
Sorry to hear
sometime between Friday night and Saturday afternoon. Huge cultural impact he made on the Dallas-Fort-Worth scene with his record store, Bill's Records and Tapes. He was 72, I believe, but he was up there. And the reason they don't know when he passed away is because he was in his store and the guy thought the customer came in. The door was still locked at 11:30 Saturday afternoon and thought he was asleep in his chair. He was actually deceased, so I guess he went out very quietly in the night because he was known to sleep in his record store. You know, he died doing what he loved. So
God for that.
Wow.
in honor of him, we're going to finish the show out with a short little documentary video and kind of going over the history of Bill. And rest in peace. Anything else?
No, just check out Blot Out this Friday.
Yep, you can get them on Facebook. You guys have a YouTube channel? Instagram? Twitter?
Instagram.
Tinder
You can check
account?
out Tinder.
Grindr?
You can go to Born in Blood Texas or Born in Blood TX on Instagram. I think it's the same thing on Facebook. Blot Out. Just search Blot Out. There's no other band out there.
www.badbloodstore.com, badbloodbooking@gmail.com if you want to have them come
Yes.
play for you guys. It's badbloodbooking@.com. SoundCloud, bad-blood-band, badblooddfw@bandcamp.com if you want to check them out. They are on everything. Sorry about that.
No, you're
just
good.
wanted to play you
There's a
guys
lot of
up.
things
I was
didn't
asking
know.
him
I
for
didn't
his
know there was
SoundCloud
a-
earlier, and he
I
didn't know,
there
so
was a
you kind of...
SoundCloud.
So just check them out, you guys. Check them out.
Very awesome. All right, we'll see you next Sunday, everybody. Thank you for tuning in tonight.
Thank you.
Yep, have
Thank
a good
you.
one.
Peace.
Well, I'm open 7 days a week. That's always been true. And I'm open on holidays. I'm open on Christmas and Thanksgiving. And New Year's, of course. I'm usually here 100 hours a week. More than 100 hours a week. When I started doing it, I didn't know that I would be doing this 43 years later. And I like people, and I like to talk, and so I just thought it would be something I like to do. I mean, I wasn't ever trying to make a business. I was trying to make something to do every day. According to Billboard, I was the largest mom and pop store in the United States. There's definitely, I would say, more than 50,000 records in here. There was always some kind of magic there, it seemed like. Except there were some bad times, too. As a used to, I wanted to just keep making the store bigger and bigger. Yeah, but then at some point, I realized it was impossible, just as one person. I never had a full-time employee. I was advertising I would buy any record anybody brought in. I mean, I would buy all records. I didn't even look at the condition. Well, my accountant used to tell me, he said, you need to quit buying so much inventory. You have way too much of everything. You'll have to have a whole lot of money to keep this thing going because, Sid, you're not going to be able to sell enough stuff this day ever done to pay your bills, I know. I thought it was going to come back. I thought that people were always going to keep buying records. It just got worse every day. Worse every day. And I still kept buying until I didn't have any money to buy it anymore. But then it was when I just had to start hawking the house and sell my car, and because I'd used the money up. Then I realized I couldn't sign another lease. I knew I would never be able to sell it all. I wouldn't, if I had sold it all, then I wouldn't have anything to keep doing it with anyway. I have lots of records, and I can always sell them, and I mean, maybe, I don't need to sell any exorbitant amount, but it all goes for the bills. I mean, if I had a fancy lifestyle or something, I wouldn't be able to make it, but I'm just happy to be at a record store every day and get my cigarettes and my Diet Coke. Don't have a girlfriend, don't have a boyfriend, don't. I've been in a store for 40-something years, and I don't have any. Every friend that I have is somebody I know from my store. I mean, it's a blessing. It's not a curse in any way because look at all the lovely people.
Well, give me a hug. You're a good man.
Well, it's my 72nd birthday party, and it's also record store day. My birthday is actually tomorrow, but it's a combination birthday party.
He's the definition of an authentic human being. He is so genuine in everything that he does.
The record buying process is, you thumb through sort of what you're looking for.
Nothing is alphabetized. You never know what you're gonna find.
You can rummage around the boxes and boxes of rows and rows of records that Bill has sort of amassed over the decades. And this is just a third of what he has. He's got, he smokes twice as many over at Southside, just next door.
You could be digging for hours and find something that might be the only record that's in there.
And you pick out what you want, you bring it to Bill, and he'll take a look, he'll flip through, he might take the sleeve out, put it back in, and he does some computations in his head, and all of a sudden a number spits out, and that is what it is. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually remembers the record and what he paid for it and when he got it for. Now, I don't know if two people come in if you're going to get the same price or not.
Thanks for having us. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Bill. Good luck, man.
Well, you can hang out for, I don't charge people to hang, you can hang out all day without buying a thing. Yeah, mainly the whole thing is about people. But music's the only thing I can think of that people don't fuss about and they don't fight about much, or it brings people together. And I think everybody likes music. There's not any word to me that encompasses what life is more than love, whether there's sadness or whatever, because I think that's what it boils down for me when I try to figure out what the essence of what I've wanted in my whole life. Well, it's not a story, it's just a person trying to raise my own understanding and consciousness of life and living, and hopefully raise some other people's state of consciousness. That's what it always was. Life is love. Love life, and I do. I love it. Equally, by loving things, you can also have sad moments and stuff like that, but then can have real sad moments, but it's like I always believe that everything's gonna be all right. Sometimes I act like, oh, you have little faith, but I honestly know in my heart that I believe that everything's always gonna be all right.
I want to thank everybody out there, especially all you down at the PGA Clubhouse that keep getting a pull off that good stuff, if you know what I'm saying. This one goes out to you. Cheers, baby.